You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
You know I'm lying. If I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. That just is what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. And you got to know that. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir, man. We are here in the building, man. We are in the place to be. Brethren and sisters and boys and girls, ladies and lads, prince and princesses, hermanos, mi hermanas, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping, man. You got some wonderful people in the place to be. Let's hit this roll call real quick. We got numero uno, number one. Ty Morissette, a.k.a. Bodega Ty, a.k.a. Ty Ain't Gonna Eat No IHOP, a.k.a. Bad for Bad King of the DBT, you know what I'm talking about, a.k.a. Square Up Champion, Ty Morissette in the building. We got my brother Anubis in the building. We gotta keep it P, yeah, man. We got Tay in the building. Doc McStuffin is crazy. I don't know, man. For some reason, I feel like I gotta ask you a question. Tay?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know what you mean by that, Tay. You feel me? I don't know what you mean by that, brother. So we gonna go ahead and keep it pimping like we do. Please join me and bow your heads as we start off the channel. Start off the episode. You know, we always start off the live stream with a prayer, and this is no different. So please join me and bow your heads if you indulge in the Lord. If you don't, chill out, have a Coke and a smile. We back with you shortly. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for your blessings. Thank you for waking us up to see this wonderful Thursday. Thank you for letting us live to see this Thursday evening. We just want to give you all the praises for your mercies and your blessings and your love and your patience and your protection and your direction and your correction, Lord. We want to lean on you and not on our own understanding. We want to thank you for even our troubles that we have, because sometimes we look at others and we see, not to compare, but we just see some of the things we take for granted, Lord. So we want to thank you for our vision. Thank you for our feelings. Thank you for our roof over our head. Thank you for our sense of smell, sense of hearing, everything that we have, the loved ones that we have in our lives, Lord. Thank you for our vehicles, our the bills that we have to pay. You know, thankfully that we have enough to put food on our table despite that. You know, and hopefully we have a way in order to pay those bills. So we just want to thank you for everything, Lord, and ask you to lead us into a brighter tomorrow and give us the strength and the courage to have faith, because sometimes our faith gets tested, but no matter what the test is, we could always get through it as long as we keep our faith in you. In Jesus' name, amen. And please forgive us for our sins and our shortcomings, especially those sins that we commit that we don't even know we're doing. Amen. 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 Let's get right to it, man. Flatbush, what's good? Flatbush in the building. He said, my son be watching her. Oh, Lord, I don't know who her is. Slap that like button, please. Slap that like button. Wipe your feet as y'all come through the door. The doctor is in the building. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate that, my brother. So there's a lot of things to talk about today. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of little things to talk about. There's not a lot of big things to talk about. Nothing really colossal, nothing really significant. And the reason why I don't like these moments in the boxing space is because this is when people start to make shit up. This is when people start conjuring things and let their imaginations run wild. And what I'm talking about right now is Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. You know, the fight is going to be spectacular, man. We have two all-time greats, no matter what side of the fence you're on. Whether you think Bud Crawford, the American native of Omaha, Nebraska, in particular, is going to pull it off, cool. Or if you think the Mexican undisputed, first ever undisputed champion in the 168 division, you know, all-time great Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon, what I like to call him, is going to pull him off. It doesn't really matter who you're going for, you know, but let's just keep it what it is, you know. Let's keep it a boxing match. Let's keep it a match between two all-time greats, phenomenal fighters, regardless of which way you peel it. Let's not make up things, you know. There's some things that can be alleged, there's some things that can be imagined, but let's call it for what it is and keep it funky. Terence Crawford has never failed a test. He's never tested positive for anything, to my knowledge. So if he's testing negative, then what's the problem? You see what I'm saying? I know he's affiliated with a suspicious entity or program, better known as SNAC and Victor Conti, but there's a lot of people that are affiliated and associated with things. Let's keep it real for a second, right? All of us, regardless of what what side of the tracks we come from, we know some questionable people, right? Whether they're in our family or they're our friends or we're associated or affiliated with them in our workplace, or we used to be in a relationship with them, whatever it is, we know some people that have done some pretty wicked things or some questionable things. Does that give you the right to, or does that give anybody the right to put that on you as a person or on me as a person? No, we are judged by our own actions. So I know he's affiliated with Victor Conti, but he hasn't failed a test. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just so funny that people are seeing that Bud is looking big, right? For what we normally see him, right? He's looking pretty large, you know, large and in charge, you know, bulking up a bit. And a lot of people are attributing that to SNAC because he's allegedly coming in around like 185 right now. Whoop de freaking do. Who cares, bro? Like, it's just so funny to me that we know that people go through weight cuts, right? So if he's moving up 2 weight divisions, he's clearly not going through a weight cut right now. He's going up to fight at 168. So why would he be getting smaller or look the same as he was when he fought at 147 or even at 154? So now that he doesn't have to lose weight, a lot of that weight that he probably already carries naturally, he could turn it into muscle. He could transform that way. So, and if he's not accustomed to carrying that weight, we're going to see on fight night, right? But it's just so crazy to me that we also know of guys like Ricky Hatton, right? Well, Ricky Hatton, aka Ricky Hatton, you know, Ricky the Hitman Hatton, they called him Ricky Hatton. Why do you think they called him that? They called him that because he fights at 140, or he fought at 140. He's retired now. He fought at 140. Well, he is coming back, but you get what I'm saying? Ricky Hatton fought at 140 and he walked around at 210 because when he wasn't training, he really wasn't training. He was in the bars and the pubs drinking and all that stuff. And that's why they called him Ricky Hatton. You know what I'm saying? Winky Wright, a native of Florida, he fought at 154 primarily, you know? He walked around at 200 as well. It wasn't because of steroids. It's just because he wasn't cutting weight at the time. When he cuts weight, he makes his fighting weight at 154, 160, whatever it is, right? So it's, and think about Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia, how much they weigh, or even David Benavidez or even Gervonta Tank Davis. You think Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 135? If so, they probably wouldn't call him Tank. You know what I'm saying? No, he walks around probably at like 150, 160. People cut, but Terence Crawford doesn't have to cut right now because he's moving up. So of course he's gonna be bigger during his preparation for the fight. His preparation for the fight is not to lose weight. His preparation for the fight is probably to put on muscle and be able to handle that weight for the duration of a 12-round bout against another all-time great fighter in Saul Canelo Alvarez. So there's nothing suspicious about that. But what is crazy to me is that out of all these SNAC fighters, right, and the fact that Terence Crawford does not have to weight drain himself, we're not considering those things, right? We're just focusing on the negative and what we want to accuse people of doing, even though there's no evidence screaming that they are doing it. I'm not saying SNAC is not suspicious. I'm not saying that it's impossible for somebody to cheat. All these guys that are popping dirty, we know, but let them pop dirty first before we make these accusations strongly, you know? And it's so crazy because last time I checked Tay and everybody else in the chat, Anubis, God of Frogs, last time I checked, there's an easy way to see who's on SNAC as far as the fighters, right? So let's go through the list real quick, right? Terence Crawford, you know, I seen that the SNAC allegations and the SNAC accusations and allegations and all these theories that have been popping up since he beat Errol Spence. I was going for Errol Spence, but I'm a boxing fan more than I'm a boxers fan. So this is not a boxing groupie page. I don't really move like that, you know. I like boxing, so let the best man win. I don't hate Terence Crawford. I didn't hate Terence Crawford going into the Errol Spence fight. I didn't hate him coming out. Somebody has to win. They're going to try to fight and win. So Terence Crawford was the better man that night. But all of a sudden, since then, you know, where I don't think Errol Spence looked the same, and people will go out there and tell you, oh yeah, we don't think Errol Spence looked the same, but then they'll simultaneously said that they think Terence Crawford was cheating because he's affiliated with SNAC. I think Errol Spence, and it's not to take any credit away from Terence Bud Crawford, but I don't think Errol Spence was 100%. But the way he got beat down and brutalized, I don't care if he was 1,000%. He wasn't going to beat Terence Crawford that night. I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Both things can exist. They're not mutually exclusive. Errol Spence could not be the same, and Terence Crawford could still not have lost. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just funny that Terence Crawford was accused of being on SNAC. It got louder. I'm not gonna say it was only there when he beat Errol Spence, but it got louder after he beat Spence, right? But you know who else fought Spence? Mikey Garcia. I didn't hear any SNAC accusations. Did you hear any SNAC accusations from Mikey Garcia when he fought Spence? Oh, is it because he lost? Oh, because you know Mikey Garcia is affiliated with SNAC. That's crazy. So you know who else is affiliated with SNAC that we hear about? Devin Haney's affiliated with SNAC, but we hear about that as people give a rebuttal when we say that Ryan Garcia, the racist, was cheating against Devin Haney. So people's rebuttal is, oh, well, Devin Haney might be cheating too because he's on SNAC. So those are the two people that we primarily hear about when it comes to the SNAC allegations. It's Terence Bud Crawford because people don't like him, and Devin Haney because they're trying to give you a rebuttal as to why Ryan Garcia's cheating was inconsequential. But you know who else we don't hear about? We never hear about Mikey Garcia on SNAC. We never hear about Clarissa Shields on SNAC. We never hear about Caleb Plant on SNAC. We never hear about Danny Jacobs on SNAC. We never hear about Mario Barrios on SNAC. We never hear about Ivan Redcash on SNAC. We never hear about Vanis Matarosian on SNAC. Do you get the point what I'm saying? We never hear about Josecito Lopez on SNAC. We never hear about Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade on SNAC. We never hear about Andre Berto on SNAC. We never hear about Sean Porter on SNAC. Why don't we hear about these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? It's because people don't have a vendetta against them. And why do we hear about Terence Crawford and Devin Haney? Because people have a vendetta against them. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's just crazy, man. And I think people just need to just grow up, bro. Like this goes back to how I started it off. This is a slow week with boxing, and it's kind of good and it's kind of bad because sometimes it's good because then you can get creative and things aren't just popping up left and right. But it's bad because then people go in their little small rooms and conjure up a goofy behind plan like Rick Glaser talking about people are retiring all of a sudden, and then people are gonna who report boxing news with no integrity, and they just prioritize clickbait. They just run off with these baseless claims without even checking the source. And so that's what we're doing right now with Terence Crawford and his SNAC claims. It's like, bro, let the man fight, dog. Canelo's going to fight. Terence Crawford's going to fight. There's been plenty of fighters that have been popping dirty, and nobody has said nothing. Francisco Rodriguez Jr., he literally popped dirty against Galal Yafai. He's just getting a rematch. He's getting a slap on the wrist. He's not even getting suspended. In fact, they're forcing Galal Yafai to give him a rematch. It's crazy, right? What about Imam Katayev? He popped dirty in a whole nother association. Of course, it was in the International Boxing Association with IBA, and he popped dirty with the ITA, the International Testing Agency, I believe is what the acronym's for. He popped dirty in that, but no one said stop the fight with David Morrell. But the guy who never popped dirty, who's been clean so far in his career, Terence Crawford, that's the one we're worried about cheating. We're not worried about how many Eddie Reynoso fighters have popped dirty, but we're worried about Terence Crawford. And you know I like Cinnamon. I have Cinnamon beating Terence Bud Crawford. But I don't want to sabotage it. I'm not trying to point out if Terence Crawford beats Canelo, I'm gonna clap it up for him because he earned it. And if Canelo beats Terence Crawford, I'm gonna clap it up for him too. Obviously, I think Canelo's gonna win, but I don't think that Terence Crawford is cheating or Bud is gonna come in with some type of nefarious, diabolical plan to not win legitimately. Like, come on, bro, we gotta stop it, man. Like, I don't mind suspicion. You feel me? But there's a difference between suspicion and allegations and accusations and people just going off the deep end and just making up something and acting like it's real. Everything that I've been seeing about Terence Bud Crawford being on SNAC is fictitious. Or sorry, about him being on SNAC and having some type of unfair advantage is fictitious. To even further the point, Terence Bud Crawford came out with this. Now I ain't gonna lie, this is funny. Don't forget to smack that like button for your boy. Now this is funny, man. Terence Crawford came out with some VADA testing. Now I just gotta show you. I can't even talk about it. I just gotta show you, man. I just gotta show you. Let me pull up the chat real quick. Okay, we got some people in the building, man. We got my brother Oster in the building. We got my brother Kendrick in the building. We got Pugilism in the building. If I missed anybody else, I apologize, man. You know, I'm going in my rant right now. I'm gonna catch up too. I'm gonna catch up. Don't even trip. I'm gonna catch up. But yeah, I wanna show y'all this. Now I don't know why Bud did this or whoever did this, whoever's responsible, but this is kind of funny right here. So in light of the allegations, 185 no PEDs, right? This is according to World Boxing News. Terence Bud Crawford, in response to some of the allegations, now it doesn't mean it was Terence Bud Crawford specifically, but it could be somebody from his team. They released this information as far as VADA, right? So he blacked out the pertinent information, so we can't do anything crazy, right? Which is good for him. But let's see if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. There we go. Let's zoom in on this ting. Of course, it's not going to get any bigger than that, but for whatever reason. But look, so this says negative. All you got to do is focus on this part right here. The results say negative right here, and it says your results. You remain continuing participant in VADA. Do not hesitate to contact if you have any questions or concerns. So this letter is to advise you that one or more of the collected specimens have been analyzed for performance enhancing drugs or PEDs. And it says that through the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association or VADA program. Analysis for the date listed below has been completed. So this is collection date June 13, 2025. The athlete's name is Terence Crawford and the results are negative. So everything's good, right? But people still think it's fake. People said, oh, well, you know, of course he's going to test negative because he works with Victor Conte and Victor Conte knows how to get past the test. Well, then that goes back to my other point. Then how come no one had any concerns about Mikey Garcia or Andre Berto or Caleb Plant when they fought? They're also SNAC fighters. But then people also say, oh, well, this could be just a made up letter just to throw you off. Well, if we're going to question everything, then why are we asking for anything? Because there's always something that can be done and something that can be manipulated or sabotaged. So if you're not going to believe anything, why are you even asking questions if you don't want to know the answer? So you ask questions, you don't get an answer, you're suspicious. Then you ask questions, then you get an answer, you're still suspicious. So what's the point? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But this is the part that looks a little suspicious, though, I will say. So this says the collection date is June 13, 2025. Right here, it says June 23rd, 2024. What are we doing? Now, let's be clear. The letterhead could be a mistake. But if you were going to be suspicious, that I think is a reason to be suspicious. That's a reason for suspicion. I don't know why this says June 23rd, 2024, last year. But then the collection date says June 13th, 2025. I don't know. I can't answer that. I could say maybe it's possibly a mistake. You know, they just didn't change the letterhead, or maybe somebody doing a little something suspicious, you know. But like I said, me personally, man, I'm the type of person that I don't really care about all these allegations and all these accusations, all these suspicions until something happens, you know. And when something happens, then I will believe it. I will give people the benefit of the doubt all day. You remember when Ryan Garcia popped dirty when he had the A sample that was bad, right? I still gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, you know what? I'm gonna hold out until the B sample. Same with Jaime Magia. I said, I'm going to hold out to the B sample. You think I don't know that it's a rarity that the B sample is going to be different from the A sample? Of course I know that. However, a slim chance is still a chance. So I let due process play out. But once they test dirty, bitch, you dirty. I always call Ryan Garcia dirty. I always call Jaime Munguia dirty. I always call Dennis McCann dirty. I always call Conor Ben dirty. All the fighters that pop dirty, I'll call them dirty. Even one of my favorite fighters, you know, Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon. I will never say that he didn't test positive for the clenbuterol, or even Alicia Bumgarner for whatever substance she was at. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I always say that they tested positive. However, what I respect about Alicia Bumgarner and Saul Canelo Alvarez is that they never popped dirty for the night of the fight. Whenever they were tested for the night of the fights, they were clean. Their dirty testing came from the training camp, which is why obviously Alicia Bumgarner's win didn't get overturned. Neither did Canelo's. And obviously Canelo's fight, which was originally scheduled for May, Cinco de Mayo, it was postponed against Triple G to September. Because once they both took it to court and they stood 10 toes down on their story instead of changing it up 11 times like Ryan Garcia did, you still don't know what happened. You know, they stood strong in their story. They took it through the judicial system and they said that it was inadvertent. They did it accidentally. That's good enough for me. If you want to have a conspiracy theory, say this person paid somebody off or did that's your business. I ain't got enough time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, and that's cool with me. I do think accidents happen. I do think contamination happens. But when you don't prove that it was contaminated, when you don't prove it was an accident, when you have 100,000 different stories every day, then and you have negative positive tests, then I think that you're dirty. But accidents happen, man. So let me hit this chat, man, and catch up a little bit. He said, so now we calling out the snack pack, but we not going to speak on Eddie. Come on now, Ty. Talk. They don't want to hear that, though. Come on now, Ty. Talk to him, bro. He said, they just start doing cooler talk and claiming it's news. You feel me? You feel me? He said, Bud has always been built. Talk to him, God of Frogs. Come on now. Come on now. Doc McStuffins is a kid show. Oh, okay, appreciate it. Okay, yeah, bro. Ricky, hey, Ricky Hatton, yes, sir. That's my guy right there. Mikey got his butt whooped. He ducked Loma, so to jump up so many weight classes. Hold on, chill out, my boy Mikey Garcia. Now, I wish that fight would have happened. I had Mikey Garcia going into that fight. If that fight would have happened, Mikey Garcia, I will admit, is one of my favorite fighters, though. So maybe I'm guilty of that. Bud Small, he not gonna be able to handle Canelo. Don't worry, Canelo's way bigger. Like, bro, right? It's like, bro, come on now. Like, stop it, man. We got Oster in the building, man. I just don't understand. Bud ain't cheating for shit. Talk to him, Anubis. You know, and like I said, bro, this is the thing. I don't mind you having accusations, but please let it have some type of substance. Don't just come out there speaking all willy-nilly out the side of your neck because you don't like somebody. Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous, bro. You're really tarnishing people's reputation. And that's why there is a rumor that Terrence Bud Crawford is actually going to start taking some people to court. I don't know who the people are, but this is just word on the streets. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, NTB. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so that's what I've been hearing. I don't know if it's true it is, but I don't blame him. I don't know how true it is, but I don't blame him. Pedro says, are there people who take Victor Conte's word at all? I don't know, but I don't care what Victor Conte's saying. There's a testing process, right? I'm not behind, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Victor Conte is a good person. I'm not saying that he didn't cheat. That's not the point. The point that I'm making is that we're either going to trust the testing process or we're not. What we shouldn't do is trust it for some people and then question it for others. You see what I'm saying? There's people out there that still think that some people that tested positive weren't really positive. But then there's people, those same people think that somebody who tested negative is actually positive. So my point is that just say that you don't like this person and there's nothing that you can do, that anybody could do to make you think that they're clean or not. Because people that are never tested dirty are being accused of being dirty, and the people that haven't tested clean recently are being said that they're clean. So it just doesn't make any sense, bro. If you're not going to believe the test, what are you going to believe? And that's okay if you think Bud's I'm not here to change anybody's mind, but just tell me why. And don't tell me, to me, it's not sufficient enough to say, oh, he's cheating because he's affiliated with Victor Conte. Well, I just gave you a list of a plethora of fighters that are affiliated with Victor Conte. I don't see you keeping the same energy. I've never seen Mikey Garcia accused of cheating. I've never seen Caleb Plant accused of cheating. I don't think I've ever seen Clarissa Shields accused of cheating. I don't think I've ever seen Mario Barrios accused of cheating. I don't think I've ever seen, I could be wrong about Danny Miracle Man Jacobs. I don't think I've ever seen him accused of cheating. I don't think I've ever seen Demetrius Boo Boo Andre accused of cheating. Ivan Red Cash, Josecito Lopez, Vanes Matarosian. I could keep going, bro. I could really keep going. I don't recall these people being accused of cheating. However, all those fighters I just named are affiliated with SNAC. Just like who? Just like Devin Haney and just like Terrence Bud Crawford. So why am I only hearing about Devin Haney and Terrence Bud Crawford? How come I'm not hearing about Sean Porter possibly being a cheater? How come I don't remember hearing about Andre Berto probably being a cheater? So it's something else there is what I'm saying. It's not just the fact that they're affiliated with SNAC, because every SNAC affiliated fighter is not accused of cheating. You see what I'm saying? What's that one lady's name? I can't remember. Something Hawaiian Punch. Something Hawaiian Punch. I can't remember her name right now. Something Croft. Cynthia Croft or something. I can't remember her name. She's a female fighter. I've never seen her accused of cheating. She's SNAC affiliated. So what's the real problem? That's what I'm saying. If Terrence Crawford's dirty, okay, bet. Where's the test? I need something a little bit more credible than word of mouth. And then, oh, he beat my favorite fighter, so I think he's cheating now. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not gonna cut it. You feel me? I need a negative test at least. I need a AAF or something, adverse analytical finding, or an ATF. What's the ATF stand for? Abnormal finding. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I need something. But you can't just tell me that, oh, I think he's cheating and he's affiliated with SNAC and Victor Conti. Oh, okay, well, a lot of people are. So he said 41-0, no PED accusation. Come on now, only conspiracies. Come on now, talk to him. Funny black fighters, huh? When 7 fighters in one camp, but we talk about practice. Hold on, my boy preaching right now. Hold on, we gotta run that back. Run that, pull up. He said 41-0, no PED accusations.
Yeah.
Only conspiracies.
Yeah.
Funny black fighters, huh?
Yeah.
When 7 fighters in one camp, but we talk about practice here.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, but F Reynoso, 7 fighters. And that's the thing. I don't want to just, you know me, I know people gonna think it's favoritism because I like Cinnamon. I like Cinnamon, but if you cheat, you cheat. Y'all know me better by now. Y'all know I bet money on Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney. And when Ryan Garcia tested positive, I called him a cheater, because that's what happens when you test positive. You're a cheater. So I don't hate any fighter. I just analyze the fights and the fighters individually, and then I assess the matchup, because styles make fights. And I thought Ryan Garcia would beat Devin Haney, but because it was a no contest due to him cheating, I don't think cheating is inconsequential in any circumstance. So that doesn't count. And it was rightfully called a no contest. And I think Ryan Garcia is a piece of trash for that. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention he's also, I must say, a racist piece of trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
However, you know, I just think it's disingenuous at best to try to say other people are cheating. And I will say this too, like I was going to go with Reynoso. I don't think Canelo is going to pop dirty, but if he is, I would call him dirty as well. Gervonta Tank Davis, another one of my favorite fighters, I would call him dirty as well. Junta Nakatani, another one of my favorite fighters, I would call him dirty as well. I like Terrence Bud Crawford a lot. If he popped dirty, then I would call him dirty as well. Carissa Shields, the list goes on, you know what I'm saying? Caleb Sweethands Plan, another one of my favorite fighters. Isak Pitbull Cruz, but they didn't. So I'm not going to call him dirty or even waste my time imagining if they are. You see what I'm saying? That's just me personally though. But also too, it's like, you know, Dennis McCann, it's not just our Mexican brothers and sisters. I know the majority of the people that popped dirty recently have been Mexican, specifically in the Eddie Reynoso camp, but I'm not going to assume that everybody in Eddie Reynoso's camp is dirty. You see what I'm saying? So let's apply the same process, the same thought process to SNAC. Why would I assume that anybody in SNAC is dirty? Especially if I'm not going to assume that everybody in Reynoso's camp is dirty. If Canelo popped dirty, I'd be like, guys, dang, I'd be hurt. If Zerto popped dirty, I'd be hurt. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to call the ones that are dirty, like Francisco Rodriguez Jr., like Jaime Munguia, you know what I'm saying? But also our English brethren, too, who popped dirty, like Dennis McCann. Or our Russian brethren in Imam Katayev. Or our American brethren in Jarrell Big Baby Miller, or our other English brethren in Conor Ben. But we cannot ignore, like Oster said, that Julio Cesar Martinez is also affiliated with Reynoso's camp. He popped dirty. Luis Neri also affiliated, popped dirty. Ryan Garcia affiliated, popped dirty. Oscar Valdez affiliated with Reynoso, popped dirty. So it's just like, I don't think Canelo or Bud are dirty. I don't think either one of them are dirty. However, if I had to put money on one of them magically being dirty, I would put my money on Cinnamon, because there's more heat and there's more smoke around the no life, no boxing camp than there is right now in this current moment than there is around SNAC. That's just the truth. So if we're gonna make up anything, I don't think anything should be made up. But if you're gonna speculate, then I think the suspicion is stronger with my boy Cinnamon. Is it not? Just going off of recent history? Come on now. Like I said, I don't think either one of them are cheating, but it makes the least amount of sense to think it's Bud. He said that's why that's the way the American court system works. Talk to him, Pedro. Do you think the American court system is perfect for that? The testing is perfect? No, I don't think testing is perfect. I think testing is actually trash, Pedro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think testing in boxing, no matter if you're in Japan boxing, English boxing, Mexican boxing, American boxing, Nigerian boxing, I think it's all trash. Because unfortunately, a lot of times we see things like Galal Yafai, Galal Yafai being a victim of a cheater. We find out after he already took the beat down by Francisco Rodriguez Jr. When we find out Ryan Garcia is a cheater, we find out after Devin Haney already took the beat down. You know what I'm saying? When we find out Conor Ben was cheating, we find out that after he already whooped Chris Algieri. You see what I'm saying? When we found out Imam Katayev cheated, he already fought 2 times from when he popped dirty. Like, I don't think people realize that. Imam Katayev, he tested positive dirty in the IBA last year. He had 2 fights since then, and then he continued to fight Morrell. So no, the testing system is terrible. What I was saying with Canelo and Alicia Bumgarner, I'm saying that they took it through the court and proved that their story was legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to wonder if that was true or not, that's it's good enough for me, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, and they didn't. The difference between Alicia Bumgarner and Canelo specifically is that they didn't fail a test after the fight or during the fight. They failed a test before the fight. So actually, both of their tests. Well, Canelo never had a test that was dirty because the fight was postponed. I think he got caught with the clenbuterol in March. The fight was scheduled for May. So that just postponed the fight because he was originally banned for, I believe, 18 months, so a year and a half. But then once he took it to court, it was reduced, and that's why the fight was moved from May to September. Alicia Bumgarner, she actually tested negative during her test for the fight. That's why her fight was never changed to a no contest, and her win still stands to this day, like Deontay says, to this day. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Ryan Garcia tested positive during the night of the fight while he was in there with Devin Haney. Francisco Rodriguez Jr. tested positive the night of the fight while he was in there with Galal Yafai. And Imam Katayev tested positive for fights before, but then had fights after. You see what I'm saying? And there's been no resolution. So that's the problem. You know, Jaime Munguia tested positive during the fight with Bruno Soros. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? But let me hit some of these comments. He said, in a boxing match, you can catch the flu the day before the fight and will be messed up. However, PEDs you can't catch, you insert it. Come on now. And so it's natural, and one is the decision. Yep. A majority degenerates culture cheating and accusing take it easy pass. Come on now. But Canelo disciplined and tagged. Sorry, ATG, all-time great work ethic, always going to be the minority because they took the tougher path to get there. Mega fight, facts. Like I said, I got Cinnamon, but hey, I think these accusations, I think these things I think it hurts the fight, bro. But maybe I'm guilty of just paying attention too much, but it makes me like, I don't know. It just makes me over it. Like guys say, I wish they would just fight so we can get over it. It's no more accusations. But when they fight and somebody wins or somebody loses, there's going to be some more, oh, this person cheated or this person was washed, or come on, man. Both Roy Jones and James Toney rehydrated more than that for their fight. Come on now. He said, let me catch it. He said, WBC is disgusting for even giving Francisco Rodriguez another chance. Bro, Pedro, not only are they giving him another chance, they are forcing Galal Yafai to either fight him or give up his interim belt. How crazy is that, bro? Boxing is crazy, bro. Boxing is crazy, man. So yeah, I just think it's I think it's wild, man, and I don't know. But like I said, that's a good thing. The good thing about, well, I don't really think there's any good thing about the news being slow or boxing being slow right now. And we do have some fights coming up this weekend. But I definitely think the negative thing about it is that it gives people time to just make up some nonsense just to get clicks. You see what I'm saying? He said, everyone defends drug teach just because they don't like a certain fighter. Come on now, Anubis, preach. He said they tested positive against like Ryan and Devin. Yeah, exactly. Just because they don't like the fighter that they tested positive against, like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. It's like, bro, I was rooting for Ryan Garcia, but it's so funny. If I say that he tested positive, people will say that I'm a Haney fan, and I do like. I don't hate any of these fighters. You know what I'm saying? There's very few fighters I don't like. I don't like Ryan Garcia, and I don't like Teofimo Lopez because of their, not just that they cheated, or Teofimo Lopez didn't cheat, but not just because Ryan Garcia cheated, but also because of his racism. No, heck no, I don't like him. I have no shame in that. But I like a lot of fighters, bro. So you won't just see me. I might pick a fighter, but I'm not like, oh, I hate this fighter. But some people are like that. And I guess that's a fan. You know, the word fan is short for fanatic. So it is what it is, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. But let's move on, man. Let's move on. And you can always call in on the show, man. The link is at the top. I'm going to move on to another topic. I just think it's ridiculous, man. We got to respect these fighters. Like pugilism said, like I said, these are all-time greats, man. We're about to see a mega fight. Terence Crawford is definitely he should be the underdog. He's moving up, but Canelo has slowed down a bit. And Terence Crawford, you know, the reason why I think Canelo's going to win is because, you know, I do think that Canelo's pressure is going to weigh on him. You know, whether he's punching him in the head or he's punching him in the shoulders, punching him in the arms, I think that's going to wear on him. And I think Canelo's going to win in the later portion of the fight. But don't get me wrong. I think Terence Crawford's going to win like rounds 4 through 5 convincingly. You know what I'm saying? But I think once it gets to round 6, 7, it's going to start to slow down and get, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get a little bit sticky in there. You know what I'm talking about? So that's just what I think. But if Terence Crawford pulls it off, congrats. I was happy for Terence Crawford when he beat Errol Spence. But I was rooting for Errol Spence. But I don't hate Terence, bro. Bud's a beast. I don't even understand how you can not like Bud, to be honest, man. Outside of the fact that he beat somebody you like. But it's like, Usyk or Dubois, regardless of who I was going for, man. Shout out to Usyk. He whooped Dubois. You feel me? So, I don't know, man. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, I like them both. I like Floyd a little more, so I'll root for Floyd. But if Manny Pacquiao would have beat him, hey, it's cool. You see what I'm saying? I like boxing, man. That's just me personally, man. I don't know. This is that preliminary cop out. Yep, cop out because the Canelo casuals are scared because it showed when people start all these accusations. I agree with you. It's just a narrative that have a cause, just incense Canelo lose. Yeah. I think the incentive. I think the incentive for these accusations is that, yeah, they're trying to give Canelo an excuse, but also I think more so than that, I think it's crazy, bro. I see the majority of the nonsense coming from American fans. You see what I'm saying? So I can't even really fully put that on Canelo's fans because, of course, it's Canelo's fans too, but I mostly see it from American fan base. And I'm not saying Canelo doesn't have a strong American fan base, but I'm saying that Terence Crawford, I think that it's the majority of people that, like I said, are just being petty and are sore losers. Like, you would think that they're one with Errol Spence. Like, I really think that people don't like Bud because he beat up Errol Spence. Like, that's it, bro. You like, bro, this is coming from somebody. Errol Spence is one of my favorite fighters. I was going for Errol Spence. I lost a bet betting on Errol Spence, but I don't hate Terence Crawford. I still respect Terence Crawford. You feel me? I don't know why that's so hard for people to do. Like, but to each his own. I can't relate. That's why I do what I do, and people do what they do. You know, because I do have the capacity, the ability, and to remain objective, you know what I'm saying, and respect both fighters that are going in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got Cinnamon winning, but I don't have to accuse Terence Crawford of cheating. I don't think Canelo's going to be cheating either, even though he's affiliated with Eddie Reynoso. Like, now, if he fails a test, then okay. Do I think that Terence Crawford should be very careful? Yes, he should be very careful because of all the nastiness and all the stuff surrounding Canelo and his trainers' camps, you know what I'm saying, Eddie Reynoso. So it's just smart for you to dot your I's across your T's. But I don't really think anybody's cheating until they test positive. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they don't take tests, then I might be a little suspicious. But if they're taking tests and they're passing it, man, come on, man. What else do you want? If you don't believe the results of a test, then why are we even getting tested? You just don't believe anything. You feel me? So until Devin Haney fails a test, I don't want to hear nothing about him being on SNAC. I don't care if he's on SNAC, crack. I don't care if he's on Ajax. I don't care what he's on. As long as he's passing them tests, I'm cool. That's just what it is, bro. That's what the tests are for. You feel me? I don't care what he's on. I'm gonna be honest. That's just too much thought for me. I got a lot of stuff I want to think. I got to think about, a lot of sport I got to cover. So yeah, it's just not for me. But he said, could this be Crawford's last fight unless there's a rematch clause? I think it could potentially be Crawford's last fight, and according to him, there's no rematch clause. So that's why Turkey Al-Sheikh is talking about potentially having Canelo fight Hamza Shiraz in England or Chris Eubank Jr. or whoever else. So there's no rematch clause. Terence Crawford has said that. So if he wins, I think it would behoove him to go for a rematch clause, at least financially, because if you win, then you already beat the guy before, and everybody thinks of Terence Crawford as a better boxer. And if you know, since you watch boxer, right, who does the rematch favor? The rematch favors the better boxer. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't, as much as I like Cinnamon, I don't think it's smart for him to fight Bivol again, because Bivol's clearly the better boxer. And usually 9 times out of 10, the better boxer has the advantage in the rematch. And Terrence Crawford, if he wins, is because he outboxed Canelo. I don't see him stop. He could stop him. You never know. But if he wins, I think it'll be because he outboxed him. And I think Canelo will be a damn fool to rematch him. Just like he says he wants to rematch Floyd Mayweather. That was a long time ago. It's different. But rematches usually favor the better boxer. So I don't think that would be smart, in my personal opinion. But hey, if I'm Terrence Crawford, I would do it because, yeah, get you some more money, man. Shout out to my guy Oster dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. He said, Doc, I'm imagining Ty, Oscar, Ken, you, and me on a drive to Vegas and see this fight, having this combo. Did you think we would get there? Hey, I love that idea, man. Let's manifest that, bro. Let's bring that into existence. I love that. I would love that, bro. If Irony is president, oh yeah. If Irony, oh boy. All right, we gonna be talking about Lomo the whole trip. That'd be fun though, man. Rent an RV or something. Oh man, that'd be dope. Username says Bud getting smoked Mexican Independence Weekend. I believe Bud loses as well. Like I said, I got Canelo. However, I don't think he's getting. Well, it depends on what you consider smoked. If you think getting knocked out is always synonymous with getting smoked, I think you can have a close fight and still someone get stopped, right? So like for example, Fabio Worley fighting Justice Hooney. Justice Hooney got knocked out or stopped, but he was winning the majority of the fight. I think it's going to be something like not exactly like that, not as dramatic and one-sided as that, but I think Terrence Crawford is going to I think he's going to win more rounds than he loses, but I think Canelo's going to eventually stop him. So I don't think it'll be a smoking, but I think it could end up in a late stoppage. That's what I think, but Bud definitely has a chance. So I don't think anybody smokes Bud like that, but if you consider a stoppage, then if you consider all stoppages smoking, then yeah, maybe, but I could see Bud beating him too, but I got Canelo. However, we'll see, man. That's why it's a good fight, man. He said body shot. I could see something like that too, or I could even see like an Amir Khan type situation. I'm not saying that Bud has a chin that's as weak as Amir Khan's, but I'm saying that Canelo is a significantly bigger guy and he's a power puncher. And I know a lot of people say, hey, Doc, the last person that Canelo stopped is Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant. Canelo couldn't even stop Edgar Berlanga. Cinnamon couldn't even stop Jaime Munguia, and look what Bruno Soares did to Jaime Munguia. Look what Hamza Shiraz did to Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, but styles make fights, and we know that Cinnamon is known for cruising, right? He's a veteran at the game. You know, he's been there for a long time, so he gets comfortable when he's up, and he knows how to just cruise for the rest of the fight and coast. You know, he didn't stop Jermell Charlo. I don't think it was because he couldn't stop Jermell Charlo. He didn't stop John Gorilla Ryder. Jaime Munguia did, and people said, oh, well, look, Jaime Munguia stopped John Ryder, and Canelo couldn't, and Shiraz stopped Berlanga, Canelo couldn't, and Bruno Soares stopped Munguia, Canelo couldn't. Well, I mean, is anybody saying that Schofield stopped Tevin Farmer and Zepeda couldn't? No one said that, you know, so that's just how it goes, you know what I'm saying? So people, sometimes we conveniently remember things like styles make fights, and we conveniently remember that certain people kind of diminish as time goes on, and they might be a different fighter than they were when they fought this person. But like I said, we'll see how it goes, man. If anybody, I don't think anybody's wrong for picking Terrence Bud Crawford. Sometimes you're crazy if you don't think that I can see in my head that Terrence Bud Crawford could beat Canelo. Of course I do. That's why I think it's a great fight. I'm just, for me personally, I'm going with Cinnamon. He said Canelo's going to punish Crawford. Maybe, we'll see. He said, Doc, I don't even talk to most people in the gray area. Like my asshole. Nah, just messing with you. All right, everybody in the gray, let's get the same color on that name for a little $3 cash. Hey, come on now. That's a fact. You right, man. Hey, man, come on, man. $3. Get that membership. You feel me? Yeah, shout out to my brother Oster, man. He said, hey, if your name Gray, you got to pay. You feel me? Hey, tighten up with that membership, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep me going and growing. So shout out to all the members. I really appreciate that, man. Let's keep this thing moving on, though. So we're gonna move on from the Canelo and Crawford fight, man. I'm just looking forward to it, man. Let's get it, man. We're gonna be live for it, so let's watch it. You know, he said I was arguing with some casuals who thought Hamza would KO Canelo just because you feel me, Anubis. People think that. Canelo says no boxing, no life, but I say no juice. No juice, no win against Crawford. Stop it, bro. Don't do my boy like that, man. Chill out, man. My boy not juice. My boy clean, man. My boy clean, man. Stop it, man. My boy ain't juicing, man. He said, TBC country boy strong. He got that dog in him, too. And he's clever and slick. Yeah, Pajaro. Yeah, Pajaro. I think he's clever and slick. Yeah, man. Terrence Bud Crawford, he country strong, man. He out there in Omaha, Nebraska, man. You know, the man got shot, bro. He tough. Now, like I said, I'm not knocking anybody going Terrence Bud Crawford. You'll be a fool to bet against Terrence Bud Crawford. But, you know, like I said, the circumstances in which they're fighting, Cinnamon is the bigger fighter. Cinnamon is the more experienced fighter. Cinnamon is the more, I don't want to say more. When I say experience, I'm talking about because of the quantity of fights, right? Bud has 41. Canelo has what, 64 wins? 2 losses and 1 draw, right? So yeah, 67 fights. So he has more, but then that could be a disadvantage as well, because Terrence Crawford's obviously he's a veteran, you know, very decorated, a lot of accolades, you know, on his resume and his record, you know what I'm saying? He's 2-time undisputed while being undefeated and a multi-division champion. So salute to him, you know what I'm saying? That's phenomenal. And he has 41 fights where he came up on top. He came out victorious. However, you know, he is 38 and he does have quite a bit of ring mileage on him as well. You know, I would say Canelo has more, but Canelo is a little bit younger. So it's a lot of give and take. Canelo has more ring mileage with 67 fights. Bud has more years, being 38 compared to Canelo's what, 33, 34. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna see. I think it's a great matchup. They're similar in stature as far as height goes, but size, Canelo's more massive. He has more experience being at higher weights. Obviously, he's been a light heavyweight champion when he beat Sergey the Crusher Kovalev. Obviously, he went up and fought Dmitry Bivol. He came up short, but that's still experience. He didn't get stopped. So why would I think that Terrence Bud Crawford, who's coming up from 140, 147, 154, is gonna stop Cinnamon? I just don't see it, but that doesn't mean that's going to happen. Like, I didn't see anybody whooping on Errol Spence like that, and that's what Bud did. You feel me? I didn't see Edgar Berlanga getting mollywopped like that by Hamza Shiraz, and that's what Hamza Shiraz did. So while you talking, I think that Hamza Shiraz beating Berlanga, I don't think that's one of the upsets of the year, but the manner in which it went down, I think that might be one of the upsets of the year, because I didn't think he was going to whoop Berlanga like that, but that's why we love boxing. So it's like, we could argue about this stuff, we could have different opinions, that's what I love. But when people try to bring in nonsensical things like, oh, Bud is cheating, or Canelo is juicing or whatever, I ain't trying to hear that stuff until I see a positive test, man. If you can't show me a positive test, man, if you can't show me a positive test and you got accusations about these phenomenal fighters cheating, I'm gonna tell you this.
Shut up, bitch.
Plain and simple. Dog, what's the next boxing event? Moses, yes, bro. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started. He said Omaha's a nice suburb compared to Guadalajara. You might be right, bro. It's hard out there in Guadalajara, you know. Hey, man, hey, a lot of people have hard upbringings in different places, man. It's hard everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So it's good everywhere and it's hard everywhere. It depends on what side of the tracks you on, you know, right? That goes back to username. Look at what's his name? Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales. You know what I'm saying? Different sides of the tracks, but they were still great fights. So, you know, it's all about the person inside. But let's move on. Speaking of upset of the year, man, Anubis says, Doc, what's the next boxing? Yeah, it's Moses and White. We're gonna get to that later, Anubis. But my next topic is the upset of the year, man. I kind of give a little segue into that with Shiraz and Berlanga. What do y'all think is the upset of the year so far, man? And well, man, I think that the upset of the year is pretty interesting right now, man. I think that we just saw an upset of the year yesterday, right, with Ricardo Sandoval beating Kenshiro Taraji. That could be potentially, I think that might be the winner as far as the magnitude, right? Because that was for the WBC belt and the WBA belt, if I'm not mistaken. It was definitely unified. Kenshiro Taraji is unified, right? The IBF had, Yabuki has the IBF belt, so it wasn't the IBF. Who has the W? I don't remember who has the WBO. Who has the WBO? I don't remember. So yeah, it was for the WBC and the WBA for Taraji, right? And so Sandoval went in there in Japan in his hometown and beat him. So I think that might be definitively the upset of the year for me as far as what was at stake. But for how it happened, because it was a decision, I don't know, man. I think that also what was a big Anthony Alasquaga has a WBO. What I think was another upset of the year for me, personally, one of my favorite fighters, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant, losing to Armando Resendez. I think that was an upset. I think that was a heavy upset because Caleb Plant, that could have led to Jamal Charlo, who was on the same card. We all want to see that clash for when Caleb Plant slapped him, you know what I'm saying, gave him the infamous slapped him right in his mouth. You know, I think that derailed that, right? So I think that's obviously one of the upsets of the year. I also think that Josh Taylor versus Echo Esserman is one of the upsets of the year. I think if Josh Taylor beats Echo, I don't think he retires. You know what I'm saying? So I think Echo Esselman effectively sent Josh Taylor into retirement. I also think that Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero was it shouldn't have been an upset because Rolly Romero is the more decorated out of those two, right? Out of those two, only one of them has been a champion, and that was Rolly Romero, not Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's best win was Luke Campbell. Obviously, it would have been Devin Haney if he wasn't a cheating bitch. You know what I'm saying? So because he cheated, that fight was a no contest, so it doesn't count. So Rolly Romero is the only one that's been a champion out of those two, multi-division champions. So Rolly Romero won, but I think that everybody had Ryan Garcia as a favorite, so that's an upset. We also had Taraji Sandoval, Josh Taylor, Echo Esselman. Oh yeah, one time for the ladies too. Let's go to the queens of boxing. We also had a one time for the ladies. We also had a upset with Sky Nicholson versus Tierra Brown. They were both undefeated fighters. And Tierra Brown, I actually thought Sky Nicholson was going to pull it off because going into the fight, Tierra Brown, if I'm not mistaken, only fought one fighter. Out of all of her wins, she was undefeated, but only one of her fights, one of her opponents had a winning record, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm lying, not one. It was like, I think she was 18-0, and over half of her opponents had losing records. So I thought Sky Nicholson was more experienced, and I thought the experience was going to win for her, but the Australian champion came short to the American Tierra Brown, man. So shout out to Tierra Brown. That was definitely an upset. I think that's one of them. Alberto Puello and Matias. I don't really think that was an upset, Oster. I don't know. I don't think that was really an upset. Alberto Puello and Matias. That was a good fight. I know Puello was a champion. He was a WBC champion for 140. I don't think that was an upset though. And if it was pretty close. But yeah, I will put that up there. Yeah. My boy Kendrick said he's back. He says Shadeja Green versus Savannah Marshall. I think that would have been an upset if Savannah Marshall didn't have such a long layoff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say that I had Savannah Marshall beating Shadeja Green going in. I still think she beat her. I still haven't seen the scorecard yet. You know, because Shadeja Green lost a point, and I don't know how she won by that margin, but she did wobble her. So I'm not mad at it. It was a close fight, but I had Savannah Marshall winning. I still want to see those scorecards to see exactly how those judges scored it. But yeah, I say that's a slight upset. But you know, I got to remember that Savannah Marshall off a name, Kendrick is right. It's an upset, but the circumstances where Savannah Marshall was inactive, I don't know. Maybe Ryan and Rolly also, since they were trying to set up Devin and Ryan too. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Anubis. Yeah, so Ryan and Rolly, that derailed Ryan and Devin. So that's a good point too. So for me, I would say, just because I know and I keep up with it, I would say Sandoval. I'm gonna tell you why. Because like I said, the stakes, even though it was a decision, it was for a unified belt, unified titles, WBA and WBC, at the flyweight against a guy that people were saying was on the pound for pound list. And I'm not mad at him being on the pound for pound list, because Kenshiro Taraji only had one loss going in, and that was against Masamichi Ibuki, who's a current IBF flyweight champion, and he avenged that, right? I think he got stopped in the 10th round, and then when he fought him again for rematch, he knocked him out in the 3rd round, right? If I'm not mistaken. Somebody look it up and let me know. But yeah, but definitely that's how it went, right? He stopped him. And then but he did have a questionable win which was a decision victory against Carlos Canizales, who was actually fighting this weekend as well. I'm gonna try to tune in. I think he fights on Friday. But yeah, so what my point in saying that is that Kenshiro Taraji has a couple questionable wins on his resume. So if you don't have him on your pound for pound list, even though he's a unified champion, I don't blame you. But I would have him on mine sometimes, you know. And I think that him losing because he's on the pound for pound list, Ricardo Sandoval wasn't, and the fact that he was a unified champion, I would go with that. But as far as shock value, I might go with Tierra Brown, man, because no one had Tierra Brown winning against Sky Nicholson. But also the Rolly, though, because Rolly derailed Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia was a headliner. Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough. I would probably lean towards Sandoval, though. He said, screw it. Abakal Take versus Roach is an upset. That's a good one, too. Hey, I'm not mad at that, even though it was a draw. That's a good one. I could put that one on there, too. I wouldn't make it win, but that's definitely an upset, yeah, because we expect Tank to knock him out, especially even though Lamont Roach was a champion, he was still coming up from a lower weight class. So, I think that's a good one. No casual picking Green, though. That's true. That's true. I agree with that, 1,000%. Kendrick is right. No casual is picking Shadeja Green, I don't think. And I don't even think, I knew she was coming off a layoff, and I still picked Savannah Marshall. So, you're right. And that was for, Shadeja's champion now, right? So, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. My boy Usyk took out the whole British Empire. Who you think should fight next? Go down to cruiser or stay a heavyweight or retire? He said Matias took that belt. Matias did take that belt. I'm not mad at that. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know, man. There's a lot of good there's a lot of good ones, man. I'm gonna stick with Ricardo Sandoval, man. Shout out to the American Ricardo Sandoval by way of Mexico. Shout out to him, man. He went in there and upset Kenshiro Taraji in Japan. That's crazy. You feel me? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So yeah, those are some good ones, man. Like I said, I think Plant was a derail, but there was no title. You know what I'm saying? But he did derail Plant and Charlo, which sucked. But shout out to Resendez. He deserved it. Taraji Sandoval, that's what I'm going with. Josh Taylor and Echo Esteban. Josh Taylor, the reason why I'm not going with that, even though he retired, Josh Taylor was on that was his third loss, right? He was on a 2-fight loser streak. You could argue he was on a 3-fight loser streak, right? He fought Jack Catterall. He got gifted a victory. Then he fought Teofimo Lopez, lost. Then he fought Jack Catterall again, lost. And then he lost to Echo Esteban. So I wouldn't stay with that, you know. I would lean towards like I said, Sandoval. Like I said, the Ryan Garcia Rolly's a good one because it derailed Ryan and Devin part 2. But I just think if you really analyze Ryan Garcia, he's really an overhyped fighter. So that's why I would still stick with Sandoval. And then Berlanga and Shiraz, neither one of them were really proven at that point. But the way Shiraz whooped them, oh my goodness, but that was a landslide victory. And then for me, I would go with Sandoval, and then like I said, Tierra Brown and Scott Nicholson. That would be my runner-up. Now shout out to my guy Ty. He says Max DeLuca 93-96. Come on, man. Oh, that was the scorecards. Thank you, bruh. Hey, can you send that to me in a private message, please? Because now I got to go back and see how I scored it and compare them. Appreciate that, Ty. Thank you, bro. Scorecards for Green and Marshall. Thank you, bro. I couldn't find it. I didn't look recently, but I remember like the 2 days after the fight, I was looking for it, up to 2 days. I couldn't find it. Sandoval definitely is the upset of the year. Got that fraud up. He called Kenshiro Taraji a fraud.
Me blood clot.
That's crazy, bro. Don't do Taraji like that. But I will say though, I mean, that's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something, man. That's the problem. So I saw somebody on Twitter. He said that Kenshiro Taraji is the best something. I don't remember what he said. He said like Kenshiro Taraji is the best action fighter that we have today. I'm like, bro, I like Kenshiro Taraji, but he's not the best anything in boxing that we have today. Like, and that's the problem. Sometimes people romanticize the guys at the smaller weights because they think people don't watch them, so they can get away with it. It's like Kenshiro Taraji is a good fighter. I still think he's a good fighter. I thought he was a good fighter going into the Sandoval fight. I still think he's a good fighter after the Sandoval fight. And I think of him as being able to go and avenging his loss because he did that before against Yabuki, right? So I'm aware of Kenshiro Taraji. I think he's a good fighter. But to say that he's the best anything, it's like, come on now. That's a stretch. That's a reach. He's not the best anything in boxing. No disrespect. It just is what it is. The Amazing Boy is amazing, but he's not that damn amazing. And if you don't have him on your pound for pound list, that's not a travesty. You see what I'm saying? There's only 10 people on the top 10 list. If you don't have Kenshiro there, that's cool. I personally have him on mine, and I don't have David Benavidez on there. Or I might. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you know. But if you do have David Benavidez on there and you have Shakur and Oscar Collazo and Bivol and Beterbiev and Tank and Crawford and Usyk and Inoue, what's wrong with that? And Bam Rodriguez, and you don't have freaking Kenshiro Taraji, what's wrong with that? Like people are tripping, man. The reason why I have Kenshiro Taraji over Benavidez is because Benavidez, while I think he's a beast, he's one of my favorite fighters, he has not defended his belt yet. He was elevated for the WBC at light heavyweight, and he has yet to defend that belt. Now, if he defends it successfully against Anthony Yard, like I anticipate him to do so, then I would have put him on there. But it doesn't matter because Kenshiro lost anyway, so now Benavidez is back on there for me. TC will win that fight, period. Shout out to Tim Abel. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. I think it's a great fight. That's what we're gonna watch, right? But I have Cinnamon winning, man. I have Cinnamon winning. I think Usyk should stay at heavyweight or retire. I don't know who he should fight, though. I would prefer Ajit Kabayel to answer your question, username. But we'll see. I don't want Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker deserves it the most, being the WBO interim title holder. Hamza knocking out Berlanga was not an upset. It was like a 50-50 fight. I agree in the build-up, so I don't think that's an upset. I agree with that, Anubis. I agree with that. Even though those scores were read live, MVP didn't submit their paperwork until come on now. They weren't posted. Appreciate it. If Crawford knocks out Canelo, that would be the biggest upset of the year. Bro, if he knocks out Canelo, that might be up there with the reason why I wouldn't put it up there with Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson is because Terence Crawford is an all-time great already, just like Canelo is an all-time great. They're both all-time great. So I don't know if I could say that an all-time great knocking out another all-time great is an upset of one of the biggest upsets in the history of the sport. But if you consider the fact that Canelo has arguably one of the best chins, if not the best chins in the history of boxing, you know, Cinnamon, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler, Triple G, these guys have phenomenal chins. And if a smaller guy in Terrence Bud Crawford could come up multiple divisions and knock Canelo out, something that Sugar Shane Mosley couldn't do, Bivol couldn't do, who's bigger, even bigger at light heavyweight, Kovalev couldn't do, bigger punchers, Triple G couldn't do, who else is he from? Miguel Cotto couldn't do. Floyd's not a knockout artist, but he's an all-time great. He didn't knock out Canelo. If Billy Joe Saunders, I ain't gonna mention his fat ass, but you get what I'm saying. If these guys couldn't knock out Canelo and Bud does it, bro, like I said, it wouldn't be one of the biggest upsets because he's an all-time great, but man, if a smaller guy, Jermell Charlo couldn't knock out Cinnamon, like, come on, bro. That'd be crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That'd be wild. People gonna cry that night. People gonna cry if that happens. That'd be crazy. But yeah, man, it's definitely upset of the year, but it would be labeled a fluke by folks that hug on Cinnamon's nuts. Come on, bro. Yeah, they're gonna say something, you know, and same with Bud. If the ridiculous Bud fans, if Canelo wins, are gonna say, oh, it's just because he's bigger, which is fair, but we got to give both of them credit, man. Now, next up, man, I want to talk about some rumors that I'm hearing. I don't think it's a rumor, it's real, but I don't know if it's definitive. Like, yeah, so I'm gonna say word on the street. Is that I want to know y'all's opinion on this, man. David Morrell. Shout out to my boy Oster for dropping some color in the chat too, by the way, man. Thank you so much for contributing, man. It means a lot. David Morrell, who just beat Imam Kataev. Bro, was David Morrell versus Imam Kataev? Was that a close fight? Why is people saying that's a close fight? I scored it 8 rounds to 2, including the knockdown in favor of David Morrell. That fight was not close, bro. I don't know what people be watching. I think they watch. I'm really convinced that people watch fights on TikTok highlights. I really think they do, because am I the only one that doesn't feel like that fight was close? I think David Morrell whooped Imam Kataev as easily as I predicted that he would, because Imam Kataev has trouble with movement. I saw that since the amateurs when he fought Ben Whitaker. So I thought that Morrell won that fight easily, except for when he got dropped. That's a 10-8 round, and I had Imam Kataev winning one more round besides that. David Morrell won 8 rounds to 2 on my scorecard, but I actually score fights. So I know everybody doesn't do that. But anyway, David Morrell, after whooping the cheater in Imam Kataev, he has said that he's leaving Ronnie Shields. I want to know y'all opinion on that, man. I think Ronnie Shields, obviously, he's a legendary trainer. But David Morrell elected to go another route, and word on the street is that he's teaming up with Abel Sanchez. And those of you that aren't familiar with Abel Sanchez, he's another legendary trainer. He trained with the likes of Triple G. I think that's a good pairing. I don't know if it's going to be better than Ronnie Shields, though. But maybe there was some type of chemistry issue. When you have a chemistry issue, I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at this switch, but we'll see, man. Because Dave Morrell's supposed to be fighting Callum Smith. That's the word on the street. He gonna need Ronnie Shields. He gonna need Abel Sanchez. He gonna need the training, because Callum Smith is no joke. You know what I'm saying? I have David Morrell winning, but you cannot take Callum Smith lightly. I'm not mad at the Abel Sanchez switch. I don't know if it's better, but maybe, like I said, again, maybe it's a chemistry issue. And I feel like Ronnie Shields gave David Morrell good instructions, but David Morrell sometimes just doesn't listen. You know, he wants to do what he wants. He wants to go in there and play around sometimes. And I think that's why he got caught by Imam Kataev playing around. But we'll see, man. Morrell beat him. I don't know why people think it was a robbery. Thank you, Anubis. Okay, I think it was closer than you think. Okay, maybe so. I don't think so, bro. I thought that was a clear victory for Morrell. He said, I think Morrell damn near lost that fight for. Okay, shout out to Oster. Shout out to Kendrick. They do, because their broke asses don't pay for this. True. Morrell smoking counselor. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know, Anubis. I'm gonna tell you why I don't know, because let's be fair, right? David Morrell's best win is who? He has some good wins. He has some convincing wins, but his best win would probably be either one of his last two wins, right? Either Hot Rod Kaladzik, the guy he beat at his debut at 175, who was before David Benavidez, or the guy after David Benavidez, Imam Kataev. I think David Morrell, I would say Callum Smith has been in there with a harder competition, right? He's been in there. I would even say if David Morrell beat Joshua Buatsi like Callum Smith did, that would be the best win on his resume, on his record, right? So I think, not to mention Callum Smith, even though he lost, he came up on the losing end. He's been in there with Cinnamon. He's been in there with Beterbiev, who he got stopped, and then he beat Joshua Buatsi, right? So his only 2 losses are Hall of Famers, Beterbiev and Cinnamon, both on the pound for pound list right now. So I don't think Morrell has anybody that he shared the ring with as up on that same level. So I have Morrell winning, but I don't think that's an easy fight, man. If it happens, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if it does happen, I think that's a great fight. I agree with you, Anubis, that I'm leaning towards Morrell. But I don't know. I don't know if he smokes him, man. I don't know. But you know, we'll see. I think that's a great fight at light heavyweight. I think that's one of the best fights you could have. That's not Bivol and Beterbiev. I think that's one of the best fights in light heavyweight that you could have. That's not involving Beterbiev, Bivol, and Benavidez. Of course, Yard's another good fighter too. So we'll see though, man. We got Oscar Perez, my brother, my partner, mi hermano Carnal in the building. What's good, Oscar? Smith gonna give him a little trouble, but if he comes in fit and doesn't slow down towards the end, Morrell gonna win. I agree with that assessment. Morrell looking for a philosophy change that suits how he wants to fight moving forward. I agree with that, Ty. That's what it gave to me, that he wants to be more of a pressure fighter. But I feel like he could have accomplished that with Rodney Shields. He just got to stop being goofy and juvenile, in my personal opinion. But hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to switch it up a little bit. But hey, sometimes you switch it up a little bit too much and you might get your ass whooped. If Callum Smith were to beat Morrell, he should fight the winner of Benavidez versus Yard. I agree, but I would like to see Benavidez, if he beats Yard, get a title, get a unification. But I wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah, I like Callum Smith getting the winner of Benavidez and Yard. He said Morrell fight Smith the way he fought his last fight. Shit, because shit could get serious real quick. I'm telling you. Come on now. If Morrell fight Smith the same way he fought Mamkatayev, and if Smith fight Morrell, well, he shouldn't fight him the same way he fought Buatsi. But I'm saying if he's as much of if he's as formidable as he was when he fought Buatsi, man, it's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. He should have went to Salas. Hey, maybe. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Abel Sanchez move, man. We're gonna see if it works out, though. I like it, man. I just want to see y'all opinion on it, man. I don't think he necessarily should have left Rodney Shields, but I'm not mad at him going to Abel Sanchez. If you're gonna go to anybody, Abel Sanchez is a guy to go to. But yeah, Salas would have been nice too. So let's move on, man. I want to move on to Gervonta Tank Davis, man. And this is what I was talking about when I started off the show. With people talking about all these nonsensical rumors and stuff like that. You know, when you talk about Bud cheating, it's because people are bored. There's no real news. It's a slow week in boxing. It's going to be slow probably until we're approaching September, right? It's probably going to be slow. I mean, we're approaching August, excuse me. It's probably going to be slow until September. So it's going to be a slow, little dry spell in boxing. And people are making up stuff like Bud cheating. Like, come on, bro, stop it, man. Let the man at least fail a test for you to make accusations about him cheating. Now, but another victim of the rumors is Gervonta Tank Davis. We got Rick Glaser, sloppy mouth, dog face, bad body ass out here talking about Gervonta Tank Davis is retiring, and we have these content creators that are repeating these claims and echoing these claims and regurgitating these claims without putting forth their due diligence. You know, a lot of content creators, they prioritize clickbait. They prioritize being first as opposed to prioritizing being correct, and as opposed to prioritizing substantiating the information that they're receiving, or even getting a legitimate source. They just want to talk nonsense for the clicks, you know, and I think that's garbage, man. But that's why we're here, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to do your research. I do it for you. You feel me? And I didn't even really have to do any research. I made a little quick 40-second video of it because I was so annoyed with the nonsense. Rick Glaser, who is a renowned capper, he's a renowned liar. He lies habitually. He puts out a lot of baseless claims, you know what I'm saying? None of them substantiated. He targeted Gervonta Tank Davis and said that he's retiring. And then Coach Kenny Ellis, he came out and said fake news per usual. Exactly what he said verbatim. Fake news per usual. So I just think it's kind of silly, man. If Tank retires, though, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. You know, I'm a Tank guy. I think Tank is the best at 135 when he's focused and he's locked in. But if he is not fully committed to the sport, he better stay away from Shakur. He better stay away from, hell, I'll even say he better stay away from Abdullah Mason. He better stay away from, who else is at 135 right now? Well, I'll say those are probably it. I think I don't think he has to be fully focused to beat. No disrespect. I don't think he has to be fully focused to beat Murataya. That I'm not saying he shouldn't be. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be fully focused, but I'm just saying I think that if he fights Shakur though, he needs to be. If he fights Teofimo, Teofimo, but he needs to be focused. You know what I'm saying? If he's not focused, then maybe you should retire. But as far as people just saying he's retiring, no, man, the man's going through some life issues. Let him handle that. I don't really partake or indulge in the nonsense because it's none of my business. You know, I wish him the best. If he did what he's accused of, then he needs to be punished. If the person that's making these accusations is lying, then they need to be punished. That's all the information I put into it. But the reason why I do talk about his arrest in Miami was because obviously it postponed the fight that was upcoming, and that part is boxing news. I'm not gonna get into if he did it or if he didn't do it. I don't really. That's none of my business. But you know, I did speak about it because Lamont Roach, I was looking forward to the rematch, and I do think that Tank needs to fight that rematch because what would be the reason not to fight that rematch? The fact that you think that he might beat you, that's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that to Tank Davis back with Coach Calvin Ford, I'm not making an excuse as to why he had to draw a shot to Lamont Roach. He did his thing. He fought to a draw, a controversial draw. He could have won. I thought that it was an appropriate draw, but it is what it is. But more importantly, though, you know, there was some things that could have caused some friction and disrupted the fluidity that Gervonta Tank Davis normally has, right? Obviously, he was trained by Barry Hunter. No disrespect to Barry Hunter, but it's not Calvin Ford. So we see it with Jaime Munguia too. What did I say about Jaime Munguia? I said, man, Jaime Munguia went from Eric Morales to Freddie Roach, back to Eric Morales to somebody, you know, you got to have some type of consistency because chemistry is important. Whether you talk about on a basketball team or you talk about with your trainers or you talk about what chemistry is always important, and you never know what one thing could disrupt, you know? So I think that also has something to do with it. And so if I think that's where the rumors are starting. I think that because Coach Calvin Ford wasn't in his corner, because he looked like he had a lackluster performance, because he has a out of the ring issues with his relationships and stuff like that, I think that people are just looking for reasons to try to explain why an official fight date has not been announced. So they're going off the deep end, saying things like he's retiring and all this other stuff. We just got to sit back and just chill and just wait, man. But it's crazy to me that people would think that Rick Glaser would have accurate information in regards to Gervonta Tank Davis, and we see people in Gervonta Tank Davis's inner circle like Coach Calvin Ford or Coach Kenny Ellis say that they don't know what's going on with Tank sometimes, and sometimes he just lets them know when they're ready. You know, sometimes he keeps information from them. So if they don't even know, why would somebody confide in a Rick Glaser for him to disclose information? Like, we just got to have common sense, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion on that. The new culture said, Cap. He said, so Bud is cheating in and out of this ring, Cap. Yep. Bruce is being ducked by the entire 126 division, Cap. Yep. I'm about to read that again. My boy preaching now. Everybody face forward in the pews. My brother, Pastor Ty, is approaching the pulpit. He said, so Bud is cheating in and out the ring, Cap.
Yeah.
Bruce is being ducked by the entire 126 division, Cap.
Yeah.
Tank retired and ran for Jake Paul, major, Cap.
Yeah.
All that is fake news, man. Fake news. Everything's just fake news. Bud cheating's fake news. Gervonta retiring, fake news. All that is fake news.
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
And the reality is there's a lot of people spreading fake news, man. But that's why we here, man. That's my space. That's my role. That's my niche, is the truth. You feel me? If Tank is not locked in against Roach, he's getting outboxed unless he lands the big shot. Yeah, I think like that's the thing, man. What up, Teddy? He said, brothers, they have been good, but times will get fast, no enhancement. Very was good. Very in the building. Was good. Very, very. Yeah, I just think that, man, this is boxing, right? So you have to be at the top. And that's no knock on Tank. I think anybody that's not locked in is in jeopardy of losing. That's why we gotta love Floyd, because it didn't matter if Floyd was fighting Manny Pacquiao. It didn't matter if Floyd was fighting Sugar Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Juan Manuel Marquez, or even Conor McGregor, which I didn't want that fight. But even though he's fighting Conor McGregor, he didn't have to be locked in, but he was. And that's why he's great. That's why he's one of the GOATs, right? Because he's always locked. Even Manny Pacquiao. You never see Manny Pacquiao pussyfoot in the ring. He's never in there bull jiving. That's why they're great. Canelo, you never really see him in there bull jiving. Now, his performances have been lackluster, especially against William Skull. William Skull was running for sure, but you know, I thought that Canelo, he's a great fighter, one of my favorite fighters, so I expect great things. And I thought that if he really wanted to, he could have cut off the ring more effectively than he did, because we've seen him cut off the ring before. You see what I'm saying? So, but he had a lackluster performance. The greats, it don't matter who the greats are fighting. They're gonna take him seriously. And look at Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury, one of my favorite fighters as well, the Gypsy King of obesity. But he didn't take Francis Ngannou seriously, and that's why he almost paid the price and almost took an L, which is very embarrassing for boxing. You know what I'm saying? As a pugilist enthusiast, he almost hurt my feelings. You feel me? You can't be losing to an MMA fighter, but it's because he obviously didn't take him seriously, and he almost paid the price. So that's the difference between greats and goods and goats and all that stuff. They always take them seriously. So, you know, any fighter that doesn't take another fighter seriously, you are spelling disaster. And whether you like Shakur more than Tank or Tank more than Shakur, they're both great fighters. You see what I'm saying? So they both have to be locked in, or else somebody getting cleaned up quickly. He said Skull wasn't running. He was ice skating. You feel me? He was on it. Oh, hey, Kendrick, you weren't here in the last show, man. We were on early. I saw your message, but I saw it late. So my bad, bro. I saw you wanted to discuss the Francisco Rodriguez stuff. I saw it late, though. And I commented on it yesterday's stream, but it was real early during the fights in Japan. So you weren't here, but my bad, bro. I saw it late. My fault. But yeah, but speaking of also, you know, we're on a roll here, man. He said, I seen Pacquiao have a clean drug screening and get That's great. Hey, man, chill on my boy Pacquiao, man. Pacquiao, man. Chill on my boy Pac, man. But look, check this out, man. Speaking of some other nonsensical news, we have Errol Spence Jr., man. I made a video about this. Go check it out. Let me drink some water. My bad. Ty says Skull was low-key cooking Canelo a spot. I agree with that. He just didn't do enough offensively to justify. I agree with that now. And you know I rock with Cinnamon. But I do think that that William Skull, he was looking good in some spots. You know, I scored. I think I scored. I don't remember how I scored. I have to go back and look at my scorecards, but I believe I scored it 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Cinnamon. So it wasn't a wash. It was definitely not a wash, but you know. I agree with you with the latter portion of your statement. Skull just didn't do enough. He was more focused on evasion and less on countering. You see what I'm saying? And you have to counter. You can make somebody miss, but you have to capitalize off those misses. And William Skull, sometimes he was so far out of position that he couldn't even effectively counter, similar to what Jermaine Ortiz was doing against Teofimo. It's like, yeah, it's cool to make somebody miss, but remember, it's hit and not get hit, not just not get hit. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I think Skull kind of messed up, like you said, Ty. So, but yeah, but Spence, he said, I don't even know why people are talking about Spence, bro. Somewhere at an AA meeting. I think Spence, like, it's the thing, man. So there's information about Spence. Like I said, go check out the video. A lot of people are recycling old news. I talked about this literally in March, 4 months ago. People are saying that Spence could potentially come back and fight Virgil Ortiz. I'm not saying that he can't fight Virgil Ortiz. That could be on the cards. Maybe it's the next fight. But it's nothing new. Oscar De La Hoya did not just announce that he was looking for Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz. He said this in March. And people are, you know how I know that everybody is, there's nothing wrong with it. We all see the same stuff, but some people claim that they have inside sources. I don't have any inside sources. I'm relatively new to the boxing space as far as content creation goes. And I see the same shit that you see. You feel me? So, you know, I just keep it funky and you don't. You know what I'm saying? I keep it a buck and you don't. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why everybody's talking about the Errol Spence stuff is because Seconds Out, their website, you know, they dropped an article 2 days ago talking about Spence and Ortiz could potentially fight. The reason why they dropped it 2 days ago is because there's been a little sighting of Errol Spence playing soccer or something. So they dropped that. If you notice on Seconds Out, they drop a lot of old information and mix it up with news. Sometimes they'll quote somebody's old quote from an interview and make it and put it out there like it's new news, like it's fresh news, just to stay relevant. Because sometimes we do have dead spots in the boxing realm, right? Sometimes we have slow periods or slow times, and this is one of them. But if you look at the article, they reference the interview where Oscar De La Hoya said it. They even hot link it. All you have to do is click on the link. And if you click on the link, instead of being a thirsty buffoon, click on the link, it goes to a YouTube video, and the YouTube video is posted 4 months ago by Fight Hype. That's the same YouTube video that I used when I first announced the news when I saw it in March. But people just don't put forth their due diligence. But I will say this, you know, maybe I expect too much of people, and I'm not knocking them because it's not just one person, it's multiple people, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on whatever social media platform. I see it in plethora of places from multiple people. I'm not isolating anybody or identifying anybody or adding any specificity as to who I'm talking about because there was so many people that did it, and I'm not here. My channel's intent is never to knock anybody. You do your thing. I ain't trying to knock no man or no woman's hustle, but I am here to disseminate accurate and effective and real information. So part of my channel, my intention for my channel, my number one priority is to bring out the truth. And if somehow, some way you feel like I'm attacking you, then you just feel guilty. You have a guilty conscience for putting out bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying that Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz fighting each other is something that is new, then I'm telling you right now, that is a bunch of
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit!
But anyway, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya has proposed Spence versus Vergil Ortiz a long time ago, you know? And I think that fight, I don't like that fight for Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence should retire. Like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters, but he just didn't look the same, and I don't anticipate him to come back and look the same. And I think that if you are going to make a comeback at your debut at 154, Vergil Ortiz is not the guy you want to do that against. But Errol Spence is known as Mr. No Tune-Up. He never takes tune-ups, right? So we should expect him to try to go for like a Sebastian Fedora for a title, or Vergil Ortiz, who's a big name, for an interim title. And then that's a big showdown in Texas at AT&T Stadium, aka Dallas Stadium. So this is right up Errol Spence's alley. Part of the reasons why he's one of my favorite fighters, just like Jermaine Bad Intentions Taylor was, because they don't take any tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? They fight everybody and anybody, a lot of times at their own expense, you know what I'm saying, to their own to their own detriment of the longevity of their career. So I would expect him to fight somebody like that, but it's nothing that is new. This is old news. I don't expect them to fight. I think Vergil Ortiz is going to come back after his hand surgery and fight somebody like I don't know, maybe fight Boots if Boots gets a fight in the interim, or maybe Vergil Ortiz will fight the winner of Bakram and Erickson Lubin or something like that. I don't expect him to fight Errol Spence, but that'll be a big fight. But we'll see how it goes, man. He says Spence versus Zoo. Hey, that's fire. Spence versus Zoo. That is a great fight. But I like Tim Zoo, man. That's one person I would pick Errol Spence over right now, because Tim Zoo, I think he's still shell shocked from Bakram, man. And Tim Zoo is a perfect example of you not having to lose in a brutalizing fashion to not be the same, right? I think that Sebastian Fedora loss really hurt him. And I'm not saying it hurt him from a physical standpoint, because he didn't get beat up, but he did suffer that cut. And sometimes when you take a loss, you start questioning things. That's why I tell people so much about how to chill out on Devin Haney, because you start questioning things. I'm telling you, like, I think that PEDs matter. But if I told Tank, or if I told Terence Crawford, if I told Canelo, or if I told Alexander Usyk or greats like that, if I said, hey, man, you're going to get beat down like that, and the guy was cheating, I think that they would respond like, I don't care what that guy's cheating with. I don't care if he had an axe in the ring. Nobody's whooping me like that. So Devin Haney, I'm speculating now and I'm projecting. I don't know if this is true. I'm saying I could imagine that he probably felt like nobody could do him like that, cheating or not. And so that could just change your psyche, man. You have a lot of questions you got to answer within yourself, a lot of demons and stuff like that you got to, you know, got to respond to, and you got equations that you got to solve, you know, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So we seen it too with Austin No Doubt Trout, right? Austin No Doubt Trout lost to Cinnamon, and then he turned around and lost to Arizona Lara, and then next thing you know, he was out of boxing. You see what I'm saying? So I think with Tim Zoo, I'm not saying he beats Bakram, but I think if he fought Fedora, if he didn't lose to Fedora, or if they would have stopped the fight and not let it get to that point and go the distance, if his corner would have did the right thing, or the doctors would have did the right thing who failed him, I think that he might have still lost to Bakram, but I don't think he would have lost like that. Bakram ran through him like shit through draws. You hear me? Bakram turned into a verb. You got Bakrammed. It's like I said, it's like when remember Randy Moss, if you watch football back in the day, when somebody said, "Oh, you got mossed him." When you catch a football over somebody's head, mossed him. That's Bakram is like a verb now because of Tim Zoo. You get whooped. Hamza Shiraz. That's what we said about Berlanga. Berlanga got Bakram by Hamza Shiraz. You feel me? What's his name? What's my boy's name? Dang, what's my boy's name, man? Who did Floyd? Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer got Bakram by Schofield. You feel me? Like, people get Bakram now because of you feel me? So shout out to my brother Merle, man. Hey, bro, you hurt my feelings, bro. My brother Merle in the building. Big member in the building. Shout out to my brother right there. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro, you get Bakram. So I think that with Tim Tszyu, like people underestimate the effect. Like we always talk about boxing as more than just a physical game; it's also a mental game. But then we simultaneously omit the mental part when it comes to considering certain things. I don't think Devin Haney's ever gonna be the same. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to be negative. Shout out to Devin Haney. I'm rooting for him to bounce back. But I think sometimes you just don't bounce back. You see what I'm saying? And I think Tim Tszyu, even though he didn't get whooped on by Sebastian Fedora, I think that he probably just didn't. And maybe too, you know, maybe he thought he was better than what he was, and Bakram showed him, hey man. Hey man. So I still like Tim Tszyu. I want him to I want him to bounce back, but I don't know if he could bounce back. Cause remember, he was a unified champion, WBO and WBC. I don't know if he could bounce back to championship material, man. He could still be a contender, I think, but I don't know if he could bounce back to where he was, in my personal opinion. So, but shout out to Tim Tszyu. I think if he fights Errol Spence, I would pick Errol Spence over Tim Tszyu. But then again, I would pick Keith Thurman over Tim Tszyu as well. I think I pick everybody that's formidable fighter over Tim Tszyu right now. 154. 154 is a deep division though. Ain't no shame in that. Like I'm just saying, like Jesus Ramos over Tim Tszyu. I'm picking Jesus Ramos over Tim Tszyu. I'm picking Lubin over Tim Tszyu. Right now, I'm picking Fedora, obviously. Fedora, Bakram, obviously. Virgil Ortiz. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Did you just say Fedora didn't put belt to ass? Nah, not the first time. He the second time he did. Not the first time. The first time? Nah. The first time. I attribute that to the cut that he sustained. I mean, he was handicapped, man. I mean, shout out to Tim Tszyu. He's a warrior. He proved that in the first fight. You know, he fought through it. You know, his vision being impaired and the a significant amount of blood loss. You know, that takes a lot out of you. So I'm not saying Sebastian, the right person won, but I don't think he put BTA. Not the first fight. The second fight, oh yeah, he whooped him. I mean, he didn't come out of scoring in the second fight. But I was talking about the first fight. Yeah, the second fight, yeah. I was talking about the first time, yeah. Tim Tszyu smoked him the first. I mean, Fedora smoked him the second time. That was and Sebastian Fedora is not known to be the most intelligent fighter as far as using. I mean, obviously he just got into Harvard, right? So I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying that he's not the most intelligent in the ring as far as utilizing his tools, right? He has a superior height, he has a superior range, but he chooses to fight in the pocket. He chooses to fight in the phone booth, CQC, you know what I'm saying? Close quarters combat. And that doesn't benefit him the most, but he does that. And he did that with Tim Tszyu. And I think that also, you imagine if you're Tim Tszyu and you go back and watch that fight. If you're Tim Tszyu and you fight somebody like Sebastian Fedora, that's the fight that you want to fight. And Sebastian Fedora beat him in Tim Tszyu's fight. So I think Tim Tszyu, man, I think he has a lot of questions to answer, man. I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying, how much he bounces back, because like if you're fighting Fedora, that's the fight that you want to fight. I mean, we saw what Brian Mendoza did to Fedora, right? In the pocket. He clocked him with the right hand and he was stopped. You see what I'm saying? He knocked him out. So if you're fighting a tall, lanky guy, you want to fight him close range, you know, and Sebastian Fedora did what I don't think Tim Tszyu probably thought anybody could do to him. You know, well, besides Bakram. But even Bakram, at least Bakram was just lining him up. Bop, bop, you know what I'm saying? Bakram was utilizing his advantages, you know. Sebastian Fedora was right there in the pocket and whooped him. You know, that's tough, man. Tim was just ass spelled, but that's crazy. I feel you. I like Tim Tszyu and was really looking forward to him fighting for fights. Yeah, me too, bro. I just hope he ain't done. I don't care who beats Thurman. I just want to see it. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, Thurman capping ain't Thurman talking. Oh man, I just hope Spence doesn't fight Thurman. I don't want Spence to fight Thurman because we all know that Thurman never wanted no parts of Spence, and now Spence looks a little vulnerable. So now Thurman wants to call out Spence, wants to call out Boots. Well, Thurman full of crap. Shout out to my fellow Floridian, but he's full of crap, man. Yes, sir. Yes, the court is open, man. The Discord is open. If anybody wants to call, you could call in the show. The Discord is open now. I have one more topic. I have two more topics, and then we're gonna open up the Discord. So please call in. My second to last topic is I want to transition to Deontay Wilder, man, the Bomb Squad, Bronze Bomber. We had some good news, what I consider good news. Go check out the video. Deontay Wilder is trying to fight in Nigeria, man. I think that's dope. I personally don't think Deontay Wilder should fight anymore. You know, one of my favorite fighters. Again, I know I have a lot of favorite fighters, but I just like fighters, man. And I like boxing. But Deontay Wilder, I personally think that he should hang him up because I think he's on a severe decline. You know, he's not the same. He's just showing himself after Tyson Fury. You know, after that trilogy, it was a war, right? So it's expected. But I think Deontay Wilder, he obviously wants to keep fighting. He just beat Tyrell Herndon in an effort that wasn't impressive at all, but he got the job done. He's talking about potentially fighting Nigerian, man. There was a Nigerian promotional company by the name of what is it, Balmoral Group Promotions, and they want to bring title fights back to Nigeria and African countries, period, but specifically Nigeria. And with Deontay Wilder having Nigerian roots and ancestry, he said he wants to do that. You know, he said he'll even take a pay cut. So shout out to Deontay Wilder for trying to make that happen. And I think that him versus Anthony Joshua, I don't want that fight. That ship has sailed. You see what I'm saying? But if he's gonna insist on fighting, and if he said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, if he's gonna fight AJ, then I think that's a perfect fight to have in Nigeria, because, you know, Deontay Wilder has said he traces ancestry and it leads him to Benin, which is a country that's west. It's a West African country that's west. It's neighbors Nigeria, but it's to the west of Nigeria. And so he said through them, the Edo state, which I'm actually Nigerian as well too. I'm Nigerian, Jamaican, and American. Igbo state. He's saying that he wants to fight in Nigeria, and I think that'd be dope, because if you know Anthony Joshua's history, his ancestry, his heritage, his nationality, of course he claims England, but he's also Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a Nigerian clash, all Nigerian, an American Nigerian clash, and an English Nigerian clash. That'd be dope, man. So like I said, I don't want that fight to happen, because I think Deontay Wilder should hang him up just for his safety, not because I'm a hater, but because of his safety. You know what I'm saying? There's life after boxing. I don't like seeing the fighters that are old come back and fight when they're showing themselves, like Roy Jones, Manny Pacquiao, James Toney, Deontay Wilder. I could go on. Vladimir Klitschko talking about coming out of retirement. Don't do it. Nonito Donaire. All these other fighters that are, you know, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Just hang them up, man. I don't want to see y'all get beat on, man. Y'all legends. So let that ship ride out. Enjoy your retirement. But if you're going to fight, you might as well go ahead. If you're going to fight AJ, y'all might as well go ahead and fight in Nigeria. I think that'd be fire, man. I'd love to try to make it out there too. So shout out to Balmoral Group Promotions, if they can make that happen. And shout out to Deontay Wilder for being willing, man. And then the last topic, we have the boxing schedule. This weekend, we have the boxing schedule. We have Kenneth Sims Jr. going against who's he going against? Oscar Duarte. Man, I think that's gonna be a good fight, man. I actually think it's a pretty good card, y'all. I just think that it's lacking the popularity from a high profile standpoint, but I think as far as action packed, man, I think that card's gonna be pretty good, man. Oscar Duarte, Kenneth Sims Jr. We got Regis Prograis versus Jojo Diaz. What had me rolling with Jojo Diaz? I thought about Ty, man. Ty, you ain't shit, because I thought about Ty when Jojo Diaz says, "Man, I fight for God. I fight for the kids." I said, you fight for the kids.
What?
You better be careful mentioning any type of children, because last time I checked, didn't you have a pending case because you was messing with the kids? It's not funny. God forgive me. It's not funny. God forgive me. It's not funny, but I was just like, bro, Jojo Diaz talking about the kids, bro. You better be careful. You better tread lightly. You know, hey, you better stay away from the goddamn kids. Yeah, you got them cases pending, my brother. But then you also have, so Regis Prograis versus Jojo Diaz, Oscar Duarte versus Kenneth Sims, and some other fighters. That's going to be pretty good. We have Andrew Maloney fighting Saturday as well, the Australian, going against RG Cortez. And we also have Carlos Canizales, who I thought Carlos Canizales actually beat Kenshiro Taraji, the former unified flyweight champion who just lost yesterday to Ricardo Sandoval. I thought Carlos Canizales won, but I believe he's having I believe Carlos Canizales is from Venezuela. And so I believe he's having an all Venezuelan showdown against his opponent, Pena Pradabstri or something like that. So that'll be on Friday. So hopefully I can tune into that. I think it's going to be on ESPN Deportes. So I'm going to try to tune into that, man. But yeah, I'm going to bring on my brother, Ty, and chop it up with him real quickly, man. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, smack the like button. I don't know what you taking, what's taking so long. You feel me? Smack that like button for your boy. Keep us going and growing, man. And go watch those videos. Hit that subscribe button as well, and smash that notification bell. Smash everything. You feel me? Smash everything. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop YouTube video bangers, man, that we do on the daily. And keep on rocking with us, man. We're a smaller channel trying to grow. Keep us going and growing. Become a member for less than $3 a month. Hit the super chat, hit the Cash App at the bottom of your screen. Keep these lights on, baby. I'm able to bring you this awesome, dope, unbiased, fun, and unfiltered and raw boxing content because of the contributions to the channel, man. Let's keep it going. Smash every. Yeah, we gonna pause that. What's the dude say? There's a content creator. He's a exercise content creator, man. Fitness content creator. He says smash everything except my girl. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the bell. Smash everything, but don't smash my girl. That's just funny, man. But yeah, smash everything is we gonna pause that. We gonna definitely pause that.
No diddy.
Yeah, we gonna pause that. We gonna pause that, my brother.
No diddy.
That's crazy. But yeah, we bring up my brother Ty, man. Yes, sir. My brother in the building. What's good, brethren?
Here.
Yes, sir, man. What's popping, man? Talk to me. What's up with these
I know
people
this ain't
tripping
your
on blood, man? Okay, go ahead. You got the topic. Go ahead.
But JoJo ain't the only one with a weird case.
Oh,
that boy
Lord.
Mark Maxio too.
No. Mark Maxio, the Filipino contender? Oh, Lord, say they so.
The one that beat Gary Jr.
Shame on them, man.
Up
Y'all
in the
gotta leave the
Philippines.
kids alone, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. JoJo and Mark Maxio, tighten up, bruh. Y'all got money,
They
man.
said the age of consent was 16. My boy said he 12.
That's not forgive me. It's not funny. Nah, but she said she 12.
Those his words, not mine.
Bro, was it in America or was it in the Philippines? It don't matter. I'm just curious. Yeah, he got to chill out, man. They got to stop it, man. They got to leave the kids alone, man. Come on, man. Get the grown women, man. Why you don't like grown poom poom, man? You like to come on, bro. That's crazy.
The folks
man.
was wondering why Nonito ran down on him.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Nonito, the Filipino Flash. Ran down on him with the quickness. Shout out to him, man. I'm talking about, man. Protect the children, man.
Yeah, because you know his wife had represented him, and that's the reason why they parted ways.
Oh no, I didn't
He
know
had
that.
a couple weird cases.
No, I didn't know that. You just put me up on game, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's why they parted ways. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's disgusting, man. Come on, man. Do better, bro. We got to make these things known too, you know, so people will get reprimanded for their transgressions, man. You got to get punished. So they're going to think it's okay. You can't be doing stuff like that. Fuck wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, you think we're going to get that rematch, man? You know, Russell Jr. been calling out everybody, ain't it? He called out, gosh dang, Lamont Roach first, and then during the press conference before the fight, before he won, shout out to him for being Castaneda, and before Mark Maxio won, they were talking about fighting him, man. He can get his revenge on, we know he can't get his revenge on Loma, but he can avenge one of his losses to Maxio. Think that's going to happen?
I like to see it. But I'm more interested in him fighting Roach. That's a hood classic.
Facts.
That's a beef people don't talk about.
Facts. I like that
Like
fight.
Roach and Tank were friendly, like they were cool.
Right.
Roach not that cool with the Russells.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not at all. I will say this though. Roach has been saying that he's not interested in fighting him, man. He said, hey, I ain't got no time to fight no old man. He said he wants Shakur. If he can't get Tank, he wants Shakur. And who did he say? He said moving up somewhere to fight somebody. Who he said? I can't remember. He said Shakur. And he said somebody at 147, bro. I don't remember who it was. I can't remember. I talked about it before. I can't remember if it was Brian. It might have been Brian Norman. I don't remember.
The winner of Brian and Dev.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, the winner of Brian and Dev. Yeah, he wilding.
But if he don't want to fight an old man and he want to move up so bad, why don't you fight Antoine?
That is 140. 140. WB, what's he got? WBA? WBA belt, 140.
Mm-hmm. You picking
now.
and choosing now.
He said, who is cool with the Russells? I'm not going to lie, man. I like the Russells because they're a fighting family. I like to treat them like the American version of the Smiths, or the Smiths, the English version of the Russells. But yeah, bro, sometimes they just be. Sometimes it's hard for me to like them. I'm with you on that, Kendrick. I like Gary Anton Russell. I like them all. But yeah, sometimes they be wilding. Some of the stuff they be saying. I'm like, come on, man.
Rolly cool with him.
Yep. Rolly cool with him. Yeah, I just watched something with them and Rolly. And then people talk about Gary Anton Russell was sizing up Rolly.
You go with Antonio.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think's next for Rolly, man? You hear about this Ryan Garcia rematch? You interested in that? Does he deserve it? Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Why are they talking about December? I thought Ryan wasn't supposed to be back until 26.
Oh,
But we
okay.
don't.
Oh, okay. Just like Virgil, right? Oh, okay. It's funny. Everybody got these hand surgeries and shoulder surgeries, and they out for the year. But then I'm still hearing things about them potentially fighting in November, December. I just watched an interview with Robert Garcia. Excuse me. Shout out to Robert Garcia, trainer of the year. One of my favorite trainers. But he was talking about Virgil Ortiz potentially coming back in November. Huh? Coming back in November? I thought.
What?
I thought we was out for the year, bro.
That's because the hand procedure they got is standard cleanup. That's something that's 4 weeks.
Okay.
And that's if you have a bad one.
Truth comes out. Truth comes out, huh? It's crazy, bro. Crazy, man. What you think about this Bud nonsense, man? Do you think it's nonsense? Do you think it's something I don't know, to consider with the SNAC stuff and his size, Pauls, as far as his bulking up, I should say?
No, did he?
What do you think about it, man?
I'm not following none of that because I feel like every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, when these broke ninjas get they check, they SSI check, whatever they be getting, they come up with a new harebrained scheme of how Bud ain't right.
Come on now.
First, he had a child that he was hiding. We knew about his 7th child way before the Arrow flight. Yeah, he got an outside kid. We know. Then it's my boy on the juice.
Juice him up.
Then he's talking about the gloves again.
Yep. It's crazy, bro. It's always something. It's always something, man. It's like, bro, let the fight build up. We don't need to talk about this for the build up. But I don't know, bro. It's crazy, man.
You know what the craziest one I
The
heard?
Social Security check is crazy. I don't know why I just registered what you said.
Yeah, you know, they get the SSI check.
SSI check, bro. You funny, bro. Nah, man. Yeah, man. I heard you say it, but it just registered what you said, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, man.
There's some folks claiming because Bud was on the juice, he beat his sparring partner up so bad he had to cancel his fight, claiming he had migraines.
And he's talking about Lester Martinez, for those of you that don't know. It's crazy, bro.
People started spreading them things.
Bro, the same Lester Martinez that had to postpone for Joshon James, too. I guess Terrence Crawford beat him up then, too. Come on, bro. The first time him and Joshon James were supposed to fight. I think I postponed like twice, I think, if I'm not mistaken, before they actually fought.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. People just say anything, man. Shout out to my brother Oscar in the building. Yeah, man. And remember when they made that joke with the power slap with the people thought it was legit? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. With Terrence Crawford and So Cold Nelson. Come on, dog. Yeah, it's just annoying, man. I was like, bro, you gotta let Devin Haney and let Terrence Crawford just do their thing, bro. Like, stop with these nonsense, man. They're clean, dog. They're clean just like everybody else is clean until they fail the test. Come on, dog.
I seen Theo's favorite fan do like a live reaction to when Bud was wrestling Big Baby Miller. Talking about, oh, this should be the Spider-Man meme.
Come on, dog. The Spider-Man.
So what you trying to say?
Wrestling, bro.
I don't want it to be like, oh, they both black.
Yep.
But one is a PED user.
Yep. Spider-Man meme is crazy, bro. People say whatever they want till they get checked, man. Some of these people need to get checked, man. We'll see though. Man, hey, talk to me though, bro. F all that, man. Unless you got something else to say, I want to ask you some questions, man. I got some questions.
Oh, ask the question.
Man, what's up? Talk to me about the event, man. How was that, man? The ATL, shouty. You enjoyed yourself?
I don't want to poo-poo on it. I enjoyed myself. It was packed. It was. I mean, it was like a hood event.
Hey.
Like, there was some stars in the building. I didn't like the venue because of how the seating was. Like, the best way to describe it, it looked like you were sitting in the Apollo. How the seating is.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best venue for a boxing match.
Right.
Because all the seating is basically on one side and everybody's facing one direction. It's not like we're all surrounding the ring.
Right. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, they got to tighten up. They
Like
gotta
all
tighten
the
up a bit.
seating was facing the red corner and one of the neutral corners, and only like side view was like the catwalk where I was up
Mm.
at, and somebody was getting a haircut by auntie uncle.
Yeah, that's definitely like a theater or a Broadway type building. Yeah, a venue. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Hey, but you was there for the potential knockout of the year. That joke was
Oh yeah,
vicious. Ooh wee. Elijah Pierce, man. That was vicious.
yeah.
I'm talking about everybody had to feel the sweat off that lick. That was crazy. It was a good
Oh
fight though,
yeah.
man. What's his name? Desmarinas. Desmarinas. I ain't pronounce his name. I
Mhm.
know I'm butchering his name. My bad. But yeah,
Oh, don't
man.
get me to do it.
Yeah. Elijah Pierce. Hey, he was looking a little shaky though. What he got dropped in what? The first? What round did Elijah Pierce get dropped? He got dropped too, if I
He
remember.
got dropped in the first round.
Yeah, first round. Yeah. So hell of a comeback, man. Stopped him in what, 9 or 10? I think
Oh, I
9.
can't remember.
Yeah. That's all good. But yeah, man, that was definitely knockout of the year candidate for sure. And shout out to
Mhm.
O'Shea Jones as well, man, holding it down. Man, I know she had a tough one. That was a tough win. But
Yeah.
she pulled it out though. So shout out to her.
Mhm.
Shout out to
He
her.
will be changing back gyms though.
Right. Yep. So she got that one out the mud, man. Sometimes you gotta dig a little deep. Got some stuff going on, so outside stuff going on you can't control. So shout out to her.
Yeah. That just proves it happens to all fighters. So
Facts.
people looking at the Tank Roach fight, you know what I mean? When you're dealing with real life situations and you're having to move certain things around and even change coaching staff,
Mm-hmm.
you might not look your best.
Right.
Not saying that's an excuse.
Right. Not excuse, but it is what it is. Sometimes it is what it is, man. Oscar Perez in the building, my brother, mi hermano Carnal. What's good, brethren?
I disagree. What just been said right now.
Talk to me.
When you get paid millions of dollars, man, I don't care how depressed you are. I get up and fight.
They're making all that money for the shmoney.
Hell yeah, bro. Tomorrow you can be depressed tomorrow. I don't give a fuck how depressed you are tomorrow, but hey, man,
You in there? You in there?
you in there? Hey, you getting paid that money? You
Mm,
best perform your best.
mm.
Yeah. Not everybody
But
can
like I said, but
compartmentalize
like
everything.
Right.
yeah,
That's why I agree
yeah,
with Ty.
exactly.
Yeah, the compartmentalizing.
But like Kai said, it's not an excuse. What he said, he didn't say it's an excuse.
Right.
He said it as like it could have been that. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying that as a professional, as one of the few that can actually make it,
Mm-hmm.
you can't let that stop you,
I
especially
agree
when
with
you're a
that.
money man.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But man, what's up with this Kinshiro Taraji, bro?
Man, talk to me, bruh. Kishiro Taraji,
Oh,
man.
what?
Shout out to Carranza too, her opponent. She fought a good fight. She gained a fan out of me too. But go ahead with Kishiro Taraji, man. What's up with Kishiro, man? Pound for pound list? What's
Like I
up, bro?
said, I'm glad he lost.
You glad?
Hell yeah, bro. He's been getting. Doc, you've been watching his fights for way too long.
That's a fact.
Me and you haven't missed a Japan fight since, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe 2
That's a
years now.
fact. That's a fact.
And it's like, bro, he's been getting away with these too close of the calls.
Facts. I think Carlos
Too
Canizales
close.
beat him. I agree.
No, Sandoval beat him. In my opinion.
Yeah, Sandoval beat him. Yeah, I think Sandoval beat him.
It just depends what you're looking at. Like I told you, like if you're watching highlights, you got Kishiro Taraji all day, every day, because he did land the best shots. He landed.
Yep. And he dropped him in
But
like the whatever round that was.
the
I don't
fifth.
remember. The 5th. Yep. Thank you.
But then he didn't throw enough, bro.
Come on. Now.
Hey, you can throw one. It's gonna be in the highlight, but you still got your ass beat.
Come on now. Yeah, I thought the
Especially
right
that 12th round. That 12th round at the end, bro. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I'm with
But
you, bro.
like I said, if you watch the highlights, if you're not watching the fight, you're gonna say Kishiro Taraji won.
Yep.
If you watch the fight, you're gonna say Sandoval won because you gotta take into the fact that he was controlling the pace. He was putting the pressure. He was trying to punch them.
Facts.
And though it might not be an excuse, 2 points I'm about to touch. though they might not be an excuse,
Mm-hmm.
they can't affect the fight, just like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the man is 33. Though that's not old in higher weight divisions and small weights, that's like fighting, I don't know, what you
Mm-hmm.
like it's high. 39-year-old, 36-year-old, somewhere
Mm-hmm.
around there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed,
And it's
man.
not an excuse, but that could affect the fight. Another thing that could affect the fight, it is the fact, bro, man, just his style, man.
His style, yeah.
If you, it's conducive to these. And me and you have watched these guy fights. You know what I mean? It's like his style is conducive to this. A bunch of close fights. This one just didn't lean on his favor. I'm not saying he lost. I'm not saying he won. I'm saying it's a close fight. It could have gone either way. I would have been happy if they called it Taraji. I would have been happy if they call it Sandoval. It just depends what you look at,
Yeah.
honestly.
I would have been a little disappointed if Kenshiro won.
Me
I
too.
thought, like you said, it depends on what you're looking at, but I thought, but then again, you know, we score fights, so I thought Sedova won pretty comfortably. Well, no, I mean, I ain't gonna say comfortably because I scored a 114,
No,
113.
it was a close fight.
Yeah, it
a
was a
very
close fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had him winning more rounds. I had him 7 rounds to 5, but the knockdowns what made it 114, 113. So
Yeah, I had an 8-4, so it was like the knockout wouldn't have make a difference on mine.
right.
But still, it was a close fight. The guy is good. I mean, that 1-2 where that he dropped him, bro.
Ooh,
Hey, that was
wee.
clean.
Ooh, wee, that right hand. Bayow, like a shotgun.
He said, "Ta-ta." I was
Mhm.
like,
Yeah. But he doesn't have defense. So his defense is not the best, man. He's very he's hittable, so very hittable.
very good.
Mhm.
And bro, let's talk about this Daigo Higa.
Oh man.
Great fighter. I'm not gonna say he's boring. He is not boring. His fights are exciting. But I'm saying he just never had enough to get over the hump. Not just now, not just his last 3 fights, but if you remind me again, those been title shots, right? Though
If I say it again, sorry, the last part.
Daigo Higa, his
do I-
last 3 fights, they've been
yeah, all 3 of them.
title
All,
shots.
yeah, all 3 titles, 3 consecutive, back to back to back. He gonna come back and get another one. I'm starting to think the retirement is a negotiation tactic to get a title shot. Because he said he was gonna retire after he lost to K, and then he came back, got a title shot against Satsumi. And then now he just fought Vargas, and now you can talk about retiring again, man. You gonna come back and fight Nakatani, man?
You can do that when you got sponsors.
Facts.
Yes. Yes, thank you. He is like the anime version of. You remember Yamano Ito, the guy that April lost to on his first
Oh
regional
yeah,
title shot?
Hajime no Ippo. Yep.
Like, what was his name? The one that Ippo lost to, the first regional title.
Oh, what's his name? Marata, what's his name? Miyata, thank you.
Miyata, yeah.
Yep, Miyata.
That's him. That's him, bro. That's him. You cannot tell me that's not him.
No,
That's literally him.
You're right. You're right about that.
He gets title shot after title shot, and he just can't get over the hump.
Yep. He gonna get knocked out though. He gonna fight. I mean, the next person is who? Junto. That's the only one because he already tried the WBO. That's Takei. He just tried the WBA twice with Susumi and failed, and then and then Vargas failed, and so the next one is the IBF and the WBC, and Junto got both of them.
Yeah, he better not. He better not. I'm telling you, bro. He better not.
Especially you see how you got dropped by Vargas. You got tired. Oh, but Junto gonna put him to sleep. You better leave him alone.
It's always the same thing, bro.
Facts. Junto need a
Yeah. Yes,
You
bro.
need a body.
Yes.
That's crazy, bro.
Now, let's be honest. His fights are exciting. They are exciting. But it's kind of like a Joshua Buatsi situation where it's like, yes, is he exciting? Of course. Is he gonna look the best the earlier rounds? Yes. But he just fades away. He just fades away. I don't understand this. How can you be winning the fight so comfortably and then let it go? Let it get out of your hands.
Yep.
And it's not a stamina issue. I just think like you said in your life, he just makes everything possible for him to lose.
Yep.
He had to, bro. 2 times back to back.
He finds a way, bro. He finds a way.
Man.
He just finds a way to lose, man. Shout out to him, but yeah, 3 times he can't get no more, man. You got come on, man. You can't get no more, bro. 3? Come on, bro.
Against Vargas, probably the weakest champion right now.
Yeah.
Active.
Yeah. And there's no disrespect to
I give
Vargas.
you-
He just got some hitters there, so.
I'll give you a pass with the K. I give you a pass with Tsumi. They were full champions. But Vargas,
Yeah.
champion in recent. What are you telling me, man? No, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
And you were winning the first rounds clearly by a mile, and then you just fade away like always.
Right. Yep.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man.
But shout out to Japan. Then
shout out
first
to them,
never
man.
disappoint.
Yeah. Facts. It's early in the morning. They better not disappoint me. Shoot. They better not disappoint, man. But yeah, I think that yeah, shout out to Taraji, man. But I have him comfortably off of my pound for pound list now, top 10 at least. Not saying he can't be top 15, top 20. I have to think about it, but top 10.
He wasn't online at all.
Shout out to Ty.
We gotta stop this bullshit. And I also have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
What you said, Oscar or me?
I-
My bad.
For you,
Okay.
I got a text message from somebody, so I gotta ask this question.
Okay.
We gonna rewind back to the OTX card. What did you think of the ref for the Haven Brady Jr. fight?
Dang, I have to go back and remember. I remember Haven Brady. Dang, I gotta go back and check out the ref.
I think I probably should just rephrase the question.
Yeah, I don't
What do
remember.
you
I don't
think
remember if the ref was good or not. I don't recall.
What do you think of allowing refs with less than 10 fights of experience to referee fights? Well, referee
Of that
televised
magnitude.
fights.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I remember the ref being terrible. I just don't remember. I have to go back and watch that fight again.
Apparently, this was his third professional fight.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, that was.
I bring it up
crazy.
because I felt like Haven was robbed of a stoppage.
Yeah, he could have got that stoppage. 'Cause I remember shout out to Harris. Harris was tough, but man, Haven Brady, bro, he was putting that pressure on.
Yeah,
him.
He should have
Yeah,
been
I'm against
stopped
his
or
own.
disqualified.
Facts.
especially if that was an English card.
I gotta go back and watch it again. I forgot how that fight went. I just remember DeMichael Harris looking like he was just in trouble a lot of times, but sometimes he kept fighting back. But I remember him. I don't remember if he was holding or throwing shoulders or headbutts. What was it? Shoulders or headbutts or something he was doing.
A combination of all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now. It's coming back to me now. Yeah.
But
If
the
I'm not
logo-
mistaken, dog, you did say that they should stop the fight more than once.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because you said that he wasn't fighting back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. But yeah, man. Yeah, that ref was definitely to be nice. That was very inexperienced, to say the least. And you could tell.
Say how it is. He was worse than English ref.
Yep.
Allegedly, there was a Keyshawn Davis episode in the locker room after that.
Oh Lord.
That's the reason why Haven went back to the sit in one of the seats, full gear still, because somebody was in the back getting cleaned up.
Oh no.
But you ain't hear from me. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Facts.
The ref got cleaned up.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it wasn't a ref.
Not the
It
ref.
was a fighter.
Oh Lord.
Oh damn! No, you can't do that. Come on. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You
right.
can't do that.
Can't do that. They gotta tighten up, man. We gotta do better, man. What's the name though? I have a question, Ty. What you think about Leon Paul going to 147 and Oscar? Think that's a good move?
Hell no.
I'm hearing rumors about it. You don't think so? I like it. I think it'll add more depth to 147. I'm not saying it's good for him. I don't know how it will perform, but 147 just to me, it needs some more depth, man.
Yes, I agree. But the body build from 147 to 140, completely different. Just like 135 to 140, completely different.
True.
But I do got him beat him, Ryan. I do got him beating Rollies.
Ooh, that's a good fight.
That's a good fight, yes.
That's a good fight. He talking about he want to
Especially
fight. He want to
Rolly.
fight Manny.
Man, stop it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
No,
That
come
I ain't gonna
on.
lie. That pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like that.
That's a trash ass. No, stop it, Carl. Just
To be
go
fair,
fight.
I think he was asked though, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you imagine Stanionis, Carl? That'd be a good fight. I got Stanionis way. But that'd be a good fight.
Yeah. What do you think,
He
Ty?
wouldn't be
Karen?
small. I'm fine with Paro going up there. He wouldn't be small. I just gotta see him there.
Yeah. I gotta see him. Yeah.
I mean, he is bigger than Tio, so.
Yeah. 147 wide open now. I mean, you got Barrios. You got who? Brian Norman. You got Devin Haney just getting there. Jack Catterall said he's up there, right? I think his last fight was against Eubank. Harlem Eubank was at 147, right? You got Shakram Giashov, Stanionis, Karen Chukazan. Chukadzin, how you pronounce it? My bad.
I like it now that everybody's jumping up or coming down to 147 because the best opposition is Saturday.
Yep. Boots up out of there.
That being me.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is Eddie fooling around again, man. Come on, dude. You finally got what you wanted, and you just don't want to pay, bro. You just don't want to
He
pay.
doesn't want to pay, bro. This is Eddie 101, bro. He does not want
Doesn't
to
want
pay
to pay
anybody.
for what?
Good opponents. I ain't gonna say. Let me not say good because I think everybody in 154 is good. Essentially, that's the deepest division.
I think Kelly is good, but
He doesn't
could-
want to
could have
pay
been a lot
for.
better.
I believe. So let me say this. I believe Kelly when Kelly says that it was a terrible offer. Kelly and Josh Kelly and Adam Booth. I believe him. I believe.
I believe him too.
Yeah, I'm not saying. So I'm not saying that that's why Boots and Virgil's not fighting somebody like that. But I do believe that Josh Kelly wasn't given a good offer. There was another one I heard too. I can't remember. At 154. I can't remember right now. But yeah, that's all I think. What were you about to say though, Ty? What was your
I was gonna say, as much as I love kicking Eddie Hearn's back end, I'm gonna shoot some bill on this one.
Okay.
He's working with what the budget says, and not everybody's gonna get paid what Staniolis got paid. Josh Kelly, are you a champion?
Good point.
And what was your last 5 purses? Please tell me when the last time you made upwards of 500K.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one.
750?
I am gonna play devil's advocate on this one, and I can ask you. Okay, maybe not Kelly, but he definitely got some fighters up there to make a fight happen. Anybody for inside the top 10, he's gonna make happen. I bought you. Very, very feasible.
So he said he got something else lying.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like everybody inside the top 10. I bought you a Ramos,
That's who it was. Thank you, Oscar. That's who it was. Boachuk. They said that Boachuk declined it. I'm not sure. I think they probably just didn't offer money. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with what Ty said. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how much Josh Kelly has been making, but I do know that Josh Kelly last fight was Ishmael Davis, right? And that was on Riyadh season, right? So I know he got something.
He got a replacement.
Yeah, it was a replacement by Ishmael Davis was a replacement. But this is what I'm saying. Adam Booth, I don't know if you watched it, but Adam Booth said that Eddie tried to give him less money than he got from a 10-round fight. That's according to Adam Booth. I said, dang. So it wasn't like he was complaining like, so I don't know. It could be that they're asking for a Stanionis or expecting Stanionis type money. I don't know. But the way Adam Booth said it, he said it like it wasn't even nothing close to acceptable.
Yeah, say how it is, dog. That boy cheap.
Yeah. That's what Adam Booth said verbatim. He said, I quote, he said Josh Kelly made more money than that for 10-rounders. He said a lot more money than that for 10-rounders. So it's like Eddie Wild. I would like Boots versus Kelly though. I like that fight. Go ahead, Todd.
I feel like certain fighters is using other situations to justify not winning the fight.
Yep, that's true too.
Because Sergey Boachuk, he declined because he got something else lined up.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't a money thing, is what you're saying.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know if he had already signed when he was approached about it.
Okay.
But he had something lined up.
Okay.
Don't know what it is, but he was already he he wasn't trying to avoid his contract.
Hmm.
But the Josh thing, some people just got unrealistic expectations.
I could see that too. Pretty boy Kelly. Who did he lose to? He lost to Santillan? No, not Santillan. Who did he lost to? He got stopped by dang, I can't remember who it was. He only has one loss though. Let me look it up. I don't remember who he lost to.
But if I justify Norman not fighting Boots,
Who was
I
it?
gotta justify Kelly not fighting Boots. Though he's not a champion, Boots is that guy that he could beat a Kelly easily, or he could
Mhm.
easily wash him,
David
or he
Avenisia.
can
That's
make
who it
him
was.
look,
My bad. David Avenisia stopped him. Yeah, my fault.
or he can make him look pedestrian at that.
Yeah.
And right now, as we all know, if you lose to Boots, Boots is a black sheep right now. If you
Mhm.
lose to him, you're not gonna get title opportunities anytime soon. So I'm not mad for him not asking that money.
I like that line of thinking, Oscar. I don't want to turn this into apples and oranges, but that was a champion negotiating with another champion. He knew there was a deadline, so he had leverage.
Yeah.
So in business, he had enough leverage to sit there and say, "I want this." But for two non-title holders, where a
Hmm.
promoter has a set budget for this fight, he was
Right.
giving 5 M's for it, so
Right.
he gotta make it happen between them.
Facts.
With Boots being the name guy, you know he gonna get at least 70% of that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
gonna get a portion, and the rest of that is going to the card.
Yeah, boxing's a funny business, man. I don't blame what's his name? I don't blame Turkey for I kind of like the fact that Turkey's not I don't like the reason that he's given, talking about tune-ups. I ain't no tune-up at 154. But I like the fact
Yeah.
that we can't depend on Turkey to put on all the fights, bro. Come on. Like, gosh, dang. You know what I'm saying? I like to see other people, because then it's going to be a
The other
monopoly,
fighter you
man,
get to,
especially with the Ali Act and all that stuff that they're trying to revamp. Like Kyle was saying, I was watching the videos about that too and reading about that. Man, they wicked out there, man. Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya's clapback too. That was one of the best clapbacks, one of the most effective clapbacks too. So
And to be fair to Eddie Hearn, I do like Josh Kelly because he is ranked highly right now. By order of elimination, or whatever you want to call it, he is ranked number 3 in
yeah,
two different organizations.
yep,
Is that the right
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Section and body, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah, thinking about it, it's like
mm-hmm.
he is ranked number 3 in 2 of them.
And he's about to be higher in the WBO. That's why I don't think he should. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he should fight Boots, because unless he's getting
So it's that
a
guy.
lot of money, because not just because Boots is that guy, but because, like you said, he's ranked number 3. And if you look at the WBO rankings with Xander Zayas, number 1 is vacant because Xander Zayas is a champion. Number 2 is Jorge Garcia Perez, who he just beat, so he's gonna drop. And then Josh Kelly's number 3, so he's gonna go up. So he has the right to, say he's going to be in a mandatory position for Xander Zayas' title. So unless you're getting a large amount of money, why would you fight Boots, who's arguably more dangerous, for less? You know what I'm saying? You can fight Xander Zayas. So yeah,
And going back to Brian Norman's situation, is like they were both at the same standing. They are, and right now they both are in the same standing.
Yeah.
And Josh Kelly got more leverage because he got the ranking. Boots is not even ranked.
Oh no, in the WBO, Boots is ranked 4. He's behind Josh Kelly, so he'll be moved up too.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's ranked number 4 in WBO.
Is he?
Yeah.
yeah. So those
Oh,
two negotiations.
Yeah, so they could do an eliminator.
Yeah.
The other person has the financial backing.
That part.
Damn. I'm guessing Josh Kelly got the financial backing.
Boots.
Nah.
Boots got big Eddie Hearn, man. Earn with Hearn, man.
Bro, Eddie Hearn's got the best fighter in his roster, which is Boots. That gives him a lot of leverage.
Yep.
That gives him a lot of negotiating leverage.
Yep.
But he does not want to put up the money for that guy, man. I'm telling you.
Be a stingy.
He did with Samuels. I give him that.
He got
Karen was a good fight.
Nice stable,
That was a good fighter.
Got a nice stable, man. Eddie Hearn got a nice stage.
but he could be doing a lot better. And I'm not saying it just because of boots. I'm saying it because compared to Conor Ben, I mean, if you compare to his English fighters,
Yeah.
Boots will get in the short end of the stick. But if it's a British fighter, bro, he makes everything happen the next day. And I get it with Joshua,
You ain't
but
lying
Conor
about
Ben,
that.
what the hell? What the
You ain't
hell?
lying
How
about
he's
that.
getting these? Nick Ball,
Ball
what?
take care of home, man. When Nick Ball's on, he's on the other one. What's the other big promotion over there?
Queensberry.
Queensberry. Thank you, Frank
Queensberry?
Warren. Yeah, it's Frank Warren's guy. Yeah, Nick Ball's on.
Oh
Frank
yeah.
Warren.
And I don't want
Well,
to
I
put
know-
Ball either. Because Shushu, Mr. Bruce, we know what you did.
Mm.
Man,
Speaking of Bob,
Shushu got tightened up, man. He looking bad.
Yeah,
man.
bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you looking
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. It's cool you call him out in cameras, but you sit in the negotiation table and you're
Come
like,
on now.
nah,
Come on now.
I'm cool.
Come on now. He might have put himself in the
Hey,
corner too,
Ty,
because Fulton's
question.
not fighting. Fulton's not fighting.
Yeah.
Shaquille Foster. So now Bruce Shukarian got to kind of put up or shut up because he's an intern for WBC. And then if Fulton doesn't want it, let's say Fulton he is actually going to fight Foster. Well, then now you called out what's my boy's name? Davino. You called out Davino, both on Top Rank. Now you gotta you gotta do what you say, bro. You gotta do what you say.
Bob got other players.
Bob got other players. You know what's going on. Man. He ain't trying to fight Davino.
What do y'all think of his plans for his man at 154?
In his eyes?
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's not looking pretty. I'm telling you that.
Hey, it's getting hot for Xander. It's getting hot for Xander. I'm thinking.
He's the guy with the target on his back.
Yeah.
It went from Twindora to thighs just like that.
Yeah. I don't know what Bob's gonna. Okay, this is what Bob said. I'm sure you saw. I'm sure you saw it. That's why you asked it. He said he likes the Boots fight. I don't think he means right now though. I hope he doesn't mean right now.
Because Josh Kelly knows.
Yeah, what'd you say?
It's Josh next, but you ain't hear from me.
Right. Yeah. I hope it's Josh. Yeah, I heard that as well. So hopefully, I think that's.
I like that fight. Josh
I like that fight. Yeah.
I like it.
I like that fight a lot because I think it's perfect in both ways. It's a good first title defense, and it's not a gimme, right? Because it is a step up. So I like it. And so it shows different
But
angles.
bro, after that, man, all them short come your way.
Facts.
You got Boots, you got Ramos, you got Boychuk on your way.
Facts.
Hey, you're not gonna be able to duck everybody. And I'm not saying Sandler, I'm saying Bob.
Right,
He's
right,
not
I got
gonna be able to.
The
He's not gonna
difference
be able to
between Xander and Bruce, the people at Top Rank actually believe it.
Believe in Xander, right?
That's the reason why Bob can openly say, "Hey, I like that fight with Boots, despite what y'all believe of him."
Right.
Yes, I believe that too. Not only that, Sandler is way younger than Bruce.
Yeah.
The age does play a
Xander's
factor,
what,
man.
22. Bruce is
The-
27, 28, something like that.
And like we said earlier, 27 or no, 20, he's 28, right?
Maybe 28. Yeah, 27, 28.
Yeah,
I don't
he's-
remember. One of the two.
He's the same age as Shakur.
Now, speaking of that,
But anyways,
though, I think somebody mentioned Ramos.
But
I think it was
anyway.
Oscar, man. I'm hearing about Ramos and Boots, man. I'm hearing Ramos and Boots
That's
too,
a
man.
bad
Hey,
fight.
the streets
That's
is
a tough
talking,
fight.
man.
I'm
that's a
quiet about
fight,
that
man.
because it's a story to that.
Come on now. Oh,
Ramos, man, his first fight at 154. If he fights Ramos, there's no way you can say he's ducking anybody.
I'm about to hit you up after the show there because I got to hear this story. But, hey, Ramos, yeah, that's a good fight, man.
Uncle and nephew. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
Damn.
Lord. Abel trying to get some
Damn.
too? Oh, Lord.
Now he already got some.
Oh, no.
Oh man,
You know, Jesus is one of my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. Jesus is one of my favorite at 154. I hope.
I just want to see how
right.
it goes under the lights.
You said
That's a good- that's a hell of a fight, though. That's-
I don't know. If Canelo translates to cinnamon. I don't know if you know that. That's who cinnamon is. There's a whole lot of letters, bro. GG. Shushu is number 1 for the most boring fighter of the year. Xander is number 2. Yeah, Shushu. I ain't gonna lie. Shushu's the disappointment for me so far. You know, I hope. I think that I was trying to withhold some hope, but I think he is what he is now. I don't think there's any more
It's just
improving.
the age factor, bro. If you compare the age, and like I said, I guess with Taraji, 126 still small weight. Maybe it's the outside of small weight, but it's still a small weight. You do
Yeah,
age faster at 126.
yeah, that's true.
Unless you're a freak like Espinosa, that he is 30 something years old, but he is 6 foot. So he's got leverage.
Espinosa's in his 30s. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's on 30.
Okay, okay.
But the man is a freak of nature, bro. He's
Yeah,
super tall and he throws
6'1".
punches and
Yeah,
bunches.
yeah,
He's the exception.
yeah.
Other than
But
that,
no, but even
you
with
are gonna age
Espinosa
so
though,
faster.
but even with Espinosa though, it's not a matter of him getting better. It's like I think he's good enough where he's at, you know. But Shushu is like I'm hoping that he improves. I see stuff that he can improve on, and like you said, if he's 28 or 27, whatever, then it's like you're probably not going to get too much better. And I think that's a problem, you know. So if he was where he was at and he was getting better, like an Abdullah Mason or a Xander Zayas, you know what I'm saying? But then that'd be different. But or even a Schofield or whoever else is younger, you know, Emiliano Vargas. But he's not. I don't see any improvement. Like I'm trying to think the last time I saw Shushu and I was like, oh wow, was not even. I know he stopped Vivas, but not even that. I'll probably say against Bernardo Torres. That was a good stoppage. I was like, okay, bet. But then,
Damn, that was a long time
yeah, it's a
ago.
minute ago, yeah. Because he didn't look that good against Suleiman. He didn't look good at all against Suleiman Sagawa. He didn't. I mean, he beat Dana Kuwell. No disrespect to Kuwell, but that wasn't really like. The last time I was impressed was like Bernardo. Maybe I'm going too far back, but that's the last time I remember being really impressed was Bernardo Torres. Vivas,
Nah,
he
you
got the
right.
job done, but okay, I'm right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it was like so. Even though he just beat, who did he just beat? Matthias Heite. Yeah, Matthias, the Namibian contender. Even though he beat him, it was still, and he was undefeated too. Don't get me wrong, so that's a good win, but he didn't look good. It wasn't like, oh yeah, that performance was like, oh yeah. Defied irony was good, man. Dios te bendiga, mi hermano.
For the people that they just say, oh, he just has to beat. Well, he beat the #1 guy.
Right.
The people that was supposed to fight anyway before Shushu even came into the picture.
Right.
Robeisio Ramirez.
Right.
Hell of a fighter. He's got power. He's also a boss.
Yeah, I mean, I got Robisi over Shushu too, so.
Yeah, by far. I ain't gonna lie. I got him watching him.
Yeah, I got Robisi.
There's a reason Bob's putting Robesi on the shelf.
Yeah. But fellas, man, I'm gonna go get me some food, man. Go ahead and close it out for me, Oscar, and then we're gonna start off with Oscar, and then we're gonna close it out with Ty. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, get me some food, man.
Close it out. Japan cars go hard. If you haven't watched one, I don't know why, but do yourself a favor and watch it.
Facts.
Second of all, Daigo Higa, he's not gonna get over the hump. I'm glad he retired because he ain't gonna beat Junto. I tell you that much.
Come on now.
You can be Vargas, you ain't gonna beat Junto.
Come on now.
Taraji, though it was a close, very, very narrow fight. Very narrow fight. I still got Sandoval beating him. He's got very questionable stoppages against Ostawa, against what's his name? Not Higa. Dang, I forgot his name.
Carlos Canizales?
No, the one before. The one they unified.
Yeah, let me look at it. I have to look at the entire thing. Before Canizales.
Daigo? No, it wasn't Daigo.
Hito. Not Akui, because he stopped Akui. That's what I'm trying to think.
Akui, that was a very questionable, remember? That was questionable.
Oh yeah, it was Akui. Because you're right. I forgot. It was at the 12th round, 12th and final round. You're right. I forgot about that.
12th round. Yep. Taraji was down the cards.
Yep, you're right. Yeah.
And Akui wasn't hurt. He was dodging punches.
Yeah, you're right.
And the ref just stopped it.
Yep, it was Seigo Akui. Yep, I forgot about that. I forgot that's how it ended. Because Akui was up on his cards. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was up in the cards. And he's been on very questionable cards, very questionable stoppages. I'm glad he lost. I still think he's a hell of a fighter. I
Yeah,
still
he's still a
think
hell
he
of a
can
fighter.
be a champion again. It's just
I'm
that night was his night.
gonna tell you why he could be a champion again for sure, because the IBF title holder Masamichi Yabuki is somebody he already beat. You know what I'm saying? Now Yabuki also beat
That's
him too.
somebody.
But
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
but yeah, so they're 1-1. But that's the IBF
Hey,
title
he
holder.
gotta be.
And then
He got it.
Sandoval, it was a decision win, so he could probably beat him too. Alasquaga, did he beat Alasquaga too?
Oh, very questionable subject again.
Yeah, Alasquaga, he beat Alasquaga, who's a WBO title holder. So yeah, so he beat two of the title holders. I believe
It's just that his wins against those guys, they weren't good wins.
I agree.
They were questionable.
I agree.
Oscawa, that was a questionable win.
Yep, I agree.
Not only that, I'll say this. Yabuki has got to put the pause on him, bro. Yabuki is
Hey,
bad guy.
hey, he was looking good that
He is
last
bad
win.
guy.
Yeah, he looked good that
Bro,
last win. I'll tell you that.
against Ayala, bro, he cooked Ayala.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead, Ty. I'm about to go get this food, man. Talk to me, bro. Shout out to my brother Oscar, man. Talk to me, Ty.
I almost lost my train of thought reading people talk about the snacky snack in the comments.
Wait, who talking about the snacky snack? Who that, bro? A casual call. He just made a casual call. Oh, I already. Shout out to Irony, man.
I know when I was on Just Du's page or channel, I told him to tap in with me because he wanted to talk to somebody that actually uses the supplements. I mean, I might have to send you some of mine.
Hey.
Because for your what do they call it again? Your subscription is $320, but as a fighter, you get the discount on shady.
Get the fighter discount. I'm gonna get on SNAC and start busting out the one arm muscle ups. No arm muscle ups.
Yeah, all the substances are clean.
Oh, okay, hold on, Ty. Before I'm sorry I didn't have to interrupt you, bro. Okay, so I'm not gonna name the content creator because I don't like to comment on stuff if I don't watch the video. I would have named the content creator anyway, but I don't like to comment on things if I don't watch the video. I have to mute you real quick, Oscar. So I don't want to go off the title, but the title is referencing what did I talk about today, bro? Terence Crawford's VADA test results and the fact that date looked crazy because it was the wrong date at the top of the page, and so a content creator already calling the test results fake. But they said that in their title. I don't know what the content is. You know, I gotta watch the video and see what they say. But man, people funny, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not saying it looks suspicious because I said that at the beginning of the show. But if we go question the test results, then what's the point of taking the freaking test? Like, you already have your mind made up.
What test results are they talking about?
Oh, you didn't see? Oh, you probably weren't here. So at the beginning of the show, no, you're. Oscar,
no, I was here.
Thank you, Oscar.
But what results are they referring to? Because to my knowledge, leading up to the fight, the only results that will be public are positive results.
That's a good point.
So
this is a negative.
Somebody result. Pulling up his actual results for the Canelo Crawford fight. I'm calling cap.
It might be cap.
Those aren't unless you got that from a member of Canelo's team, a member of Crawford's team, or one of the promoters. You won't have that ready or available to you.
Right. So that's why I said I don't know if Bud. They said Bud released it. It could have been somebody from his team, but it's it says it's a sample from June 13th, so last month. But the date, then the date of the letterhead says, "Oh yeah, you weren't here, Oscar." So I'll pull it up on the screen right now if you can see. Now I'm gonna go get some food, man. Y'all tripping. But I'm gonna let Oscar finish. I mean, Ty finish. June 13th when the collection was collected. The sample was collected on June 13th, 2025. So last month. But the date at the top of the letterhead says June 23rd, 2024. So it could just be a simple typo. Because, like I said, the collection date was June 13, 2025. Maybe when they wrote the date at the top of the letterhead, it was June 23rd. They meant to put 2025, like so he got it back 10 days after it was.
Yeah,
taken.
that's the one I seen. The
That
one
makes
Give
sense.
me that.
20 something.
Yeah, I got you. But according to the reports, they're saying that it came from Bud himself. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, it could be from his team, but I'll send it to you. Yeah, for sure. I got you.
It could be the time they got tested too.
Yeah, so the sample collection is June 13, 2025. That seems legit. But the fact that the top of the letterhead says 2024 looks crazy, and then somebody made a video about it saying it's fake test. But like I said, I didn't watch the video. That's just in the title. So just because they, some people like to put titles, and we want people to click the videos too. But I try not to be misleading, but I do try to make the title attractive for people to want to click on it. But yeah, they put that it's the Terrence Crawford
That
test.
could be his enrollment date.
That could be his enrollment day too.
If it's what I think it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you right now. But fella, go ahead and close this out, Ty, so I go get this food. I'm starving. I just sent it to you on DM.
Bob and Top Rank, I love y'all confidence.
Damn.
But y'all gonna get that boy hurt.
Who we talking
Damn.
about? Shushuski?
Nah. They not confident in anything Bruce does.
Oh, you talking about Xander?
It's a different way they move Bruce.
You're right about that.
Versus how they move Xander.
You're right about
Xander,
that.
they was willing to go send him in there with Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
They was just waiting for a confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
A fighter from another company sent his representation inquiring about Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got another fighter for you. That fight is right.
We got somebody else.
His representation comes back and asks, well, we got Davino for you at 30.
We got They know what's going on, man. Shout out to Bruce, man. But Bruce, you ain't got it, brother. I don't think you
stop
do,
clapping on Nick Ball.
Glass Nick Ball.
Bro, he's clapping on Fulton. He's clapping on Espinosa. He's clapping on everybody.
Facts.
They say they're all ducking him. Bro, I get it. One champion is ducking you, but all three champions. Oh no, all four champions are not ducking you.
Facts. But yeah, fellas, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, man. I appreciate y'all rocking. I see Oster in the back, but I'll bring you up, but they just gonna go down there and meet you at members only, because if I bring you up, I know we gonna get another conversation. I'm gonna be on for another hour. I gotta get some food.
We
man.
ain't never making it to Vegas.
If you feel me, hey, we gotta slide to Vegas though. That'd be dope, man. Take a road trip.
Hey, Doc.
Ooh, that'd be fine.
Last question.
That'd be dope. What's good?
Last question, Doc.
What's good?
Why does Batman with enough time beat Goku?
Get out of here, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop it.
You know
Stop
it's
it,
too
bro.
bad.
Stop it, bro. Come on. First of all, we talk about American cartoons versus Japanese cartoons. Stop it. American cartoons ain't got no shot. I don't care if it's DC, Marvel. I don't care who it is, man. Anime kicking ass, man. Stop it, man.
Batman beats Darkseid, bro.
Stop it.
Stop
man.
it.
Stop it, man. You said Batman beats Darkseid? Maybe he might have a chance. He might have he'll have a chance against Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? That's his.
He beat Darkseid.
Yeah. That's his.
He beat him.
That's his. Oh, yeah. I
He
know.
beat him.
Yeah, that's he got that. He got Darkseid. He can handle Superman with enough prep time. That prep time is dead when you talk about other dimensions and gosh dang Super Saiyans and man, stop it, man. Destructo discs, man, stop it, man. But yeah, man, y'all be easy, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man.
Destructo disc.
I appreciate y'all. Hey, shout out to my guys, Oscar and Ty, man. I appreciate y'all rocking as well, man, for real. Y'all are some real ones, man, for real. Y'all are some real ones, man. I appreciate you. Let me find out Oster on that gosh dang Call of Duty, man. Let me find out Oster on that gosh dang Call of Duty, man. I might have to pull up on you. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all rocking as always. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Goku beats everybody. Stop it. Batman's not even worthy to fight Goku. I don't want to hear none of that Superman, Batman stuff. Superman can't touch Goku. Can't none of them touch Goku. Vegeta, they can't touch Vegeta. Can't touch Krillin. Gohan. None of them, man. Come on, man. Goten, Gohan, Trunks. Man, they struggle with Chi-Chi. You feel me? Watch that Yakuza Batman. Man, I might have to check it out. Shout out to Very though. Shout out to everybody coming through, man. Don't forget to subscribe and appreciate the super chat from Oster for the $5, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate all the love. Shout out to all the members, especially. Appreciate y'all rocking. Consider becoming a member, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side, baby. Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. Remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Let me see one more with Dennis Stone coming through at the 11th hour. He says, Canelo has grown into his size, making him a naturally bigger man. Crawford is moving up too fast. I agree. Not sure he can take Canelo's punches. I hope and pray he can. I want to see him stop Canelo. Hey, shout out to you, Dennis. I got my boy, I got Cinnamon, man. Shout out to Bud. I like Bud. I like Cinnamon. I like them both. It's just, like you said, I think Canelo's been there so long. He's been all the way up to light heavyweight, right? He was successful one time against Kovalev. He was unsuccessful against Bivol, but he wasn't stopped or anything. He wasn't hurt by guys like Triple G, you know, big punchers like Sugar Shane Mosley. They never hurt Cinnamon. So I think that while Bud is a phenomenal fighter, all-time great, we're about to see two all-time greats fight. So it's going to be a great, fantastic showdown. May the best man win. If Canelo beats Bud, great. If Bud beats Canelo, great. You know what I'm saying? But me, how I assess fights, and stylistically speaking, I'm going with Cinnamon. I think Bud's gonna win more rounds, but I think Cinnamon's gonna eventually wear him down. And I got Cinnamon by late stoppage. That's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? But if Bud wins, so be it. But if anybody could do it, it's Bud. But like you said, I think he's too big, bro. And like I said, you don't have to knock out anybody to stop him, right? Bud could win by decision. You know, he can win by points, but Bud is a guy that likes to engage, and I think that's going to be his downfall. You know, he likes to engage. He's not really one that shies away from the conflict, from the engagement. I think it's going to come down to an exchange later on in the rounds. I think Canelo's going to get the better of him. Right? Even on the fight where he destroyed Errol Spence, right? He smoked Truth, right? But if you go back and watch the fight and you don't just focus on the highlights, Errol Spence did not have a problem getting Terence Crawford against the ropes. He didn't have a problem getting to him. It's just he was getting countered, and his punches weren't as effective as he thought they were going to be. Now, if Canelo's punches aren't as effective as he thinks they're going to be, or as I anticipate them to be, then yeah, Canelo would be in trouble just like Spence. But I don't think so. I think if Canelo gets to him, them punches, whether they're on the arms or the sides or the stomachs or the hip, whatever, I think those punches are going to hurt and affect him. But like I said, I'm not rooting against Bud. I just think Canelo's going to win. And I'm not rooting against Canelo. If Bud wins, that's cool, you know. I just like boxing, man. So shout out to both of them. May the best man win, but I have Cinnamon. But yeah, I'm out, man. Peace out. Very appreciate you coming through, man. Catch you on the flip side, man. Y'all make sure y'all turn up for the next one, man. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.